Alright, let's begin. Sup, everyone? Back with some more Pokemans.
Last time you'll see me for a whole
Stream.
Yeah.
One stream.
Yep. Such terrifying times.
If you remember, we got our team Aquarius the Bellsprout.
Yep.
We got Joey the Rattata. We got Potato the Chikorita. We got Early the Dunsparce. We have an egg.
Who knows what could be in it?
And we got Spooky the Ghastly.
We must progress.
We must
And
catch
so-
a fish.
From here, so we're attempting to catch fish in this water. What else are we doing from here, Daniel?
We'll be heading down to get Bugsy. That's our next goal, is to beat Bugsy.
Why don't you put the old one on select, then take it off select once we're done with
Yeah,
it?
you're probably right. Oh well, too late.
Fish!
Let's catch this Magikarp.
And yes, hi, Cal. Okay, welcome back.
How's it going?
Yeah, I'm gonna fail it. It's pronouncing your name again. I'm apologizing, but welcome back. I'm glad to see you're okay.
This guy there.
Hope you and wherever you are in Russia is safe at the moment. But good to see you.
Pokemon.
Cool. But yes, Pokemon. We do a different game on the different 3 streams. Like the Sunday is Pokemon Sunday, Tuesday is the variable one, and Thursday is Isaac's Thursday.
Alright, let's lick this fucking Magikarp. Ooh.
Is it a tasty Magikarp?
I'd assume not.
Probably, yeah. I mean,
This is going to, yeah, that crit's not going to. That crit wouldn't have killed, I'm fairly certain.
yeah, I'm pretty sure. So.
Alright, let's go to the ball pocket.
Yeah,
Catch this motherfucker.
Magikarp in a ball. And yep. I am glad I let the translator run. Let me go and translate her up.
An underpowered, pathetic Pokemon. It may jump high on rare occasions, but never more than 7 feet. What were they saying?
It's a unique time. Yeah, Tuesday is unique time. Sunday is Pokemon.
Where was I? Oh yeah, can I name him Mr. Fish?
Go name him Mr. Fish. I mean, you could always call him. No, I will stop that joke there, no matter how funny it was.
Okay, so Mr. Fish is sent to Bill's PC. Now,
Cool Bill's PC, interesting.
yeah. So I'm like, okay, so who do we want to switch out? We already got a grass type, so I still don't think we need to worry too much. I think we can switch out the egg, because he's only going to be weak to electric and rock, and we don't already have any.
What has Aquarius got? It looks like he's got an item.
He's got the Miracle Seed, I put him on there.
Oh, that's right, yep. I was about to say, yep, I'm
Well, we
glad.
might as well do the walking.
Walking, talking.
Yeah. Might as well do the walking to get this egg up and then switch it out.
Yeah. Because we're still gonna have to do all the things. Hey, it's Spinarak. Hey, it can't murder Aquarius quite so hard.
You're right, I'll see how my vine looks go. Let's not
But at
fucking
least we
bother.
can't poison you.
Let's just get out of here.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Spinarak. Okay.
That's hilarious though.
Yeah.
I mean, by the time we get up to the dude who gives us the Remoraid,
Remoraid? Sorry? What guy gives you a Remoraid?
Remoraid Swarm is what I was saying.
Oh, well those are pointless because they're only catchable by Super Rods. They're not really available.
So they are available before the final gym. And
No, you get the Super Rod and Kanto, my friend.
Fuck. Okay, forget what I was saying.
Yeah.
I thought you could. You just go and have a look at the.
You get Super Rod and Kanto. Get it from the Fishing Master in there.
Because I thought you could catch it with the good rod as long as you had the swarm.
I don't believe that to be the case.
Yeah,
and
I'm gonna go have a look, but hey.
if it is, I'm probably not going to be even fucking bothered because that
Any
is
rod during a swap.
Yeah, okay. So that's technically a possibility.
Yep.
But again, it's almost not... It's not likely to happen.
Yeah, that is...
I'm not gonna fuck around, especially for just Noctillery.
Yeah.
Okay, so... Party. We're gonna switch out the egg. Because the egg is going to be fairly trash.
Yep.
And...
But it
fish is actually strong.
you, Daniel.
Doesn't even. So let's see. What do we got here? There's a fish. You're gonna switch to being over here.
Sorry, I just love the comment. It's not a comment currently there, but that somebody has once made about, yeah, Vaneri starts with the same base, like stat as all the legendaries. So basically, this thing hits you with the force of a god, and it's like, yep.
Ah.
You forgot to get your press cure.
No, I didn't. That means that this may be running on an actual timer of some kind.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, that's interesting. That means we're probably never going to get any diurnal Pokemon.
Go to the Poke Gear, because that should say day as well as Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
Yep.
Well, that was Sunday last time, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's 7:05 when we started the stream at 7, so yeah, it's running on the actual clock.
It's running on the real clock, folks.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happens, but okay.
Well, your totally legitimate version has basically a giant external battery. Does that mean you want to go back and get the other berries? Probably not.
No, I'm not going to bother with that.
Yeah.
So I probably would have gotten them if I'd have known, but I figured that was not a possibility.
Fair.
Alright, so I think I've already fought everyone around this side of the route. Yeah, I fought her.
Oh yeah, because she's got the bit around.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I think that's my thing freezing up. Yeah, that's my thing freezing up. Cool, just refreshing the room.
Oh yeah?
So just like frozen on a white screen.
It's a whooper.
Quite effective.
Morning, good morning.
Good morning.
And level 9 for Aquarius. Aquarius is the new catch, basically, other than Mr. Fish. And swap it around there. As usual, I'll mention that I'm only saving in case shit happens and things crash.
Yep.
So now we can fight these guys. Whoa, you made me lose that fish.
Yeah,
sure.
Because that's totally a thing.
And here's Magikarp. Probably be able to just like burn through these Magikarp. There we go. There's one. Give out Jack Dick experience, but whatever.
Yep.
I want to be able to say that I fought every trainer, so...
Yep, they can't
emulator use. Don't know what you're trying about.
I am literally using Google Translate.
No, I think they're just talking about, what emulator we're using.
Oh, should I put it in the chat?
I don't know, Philip. I don't know about any emulators.
I mean, obviously we're using a real...
Something happens in the chat, I won't see it though.
Yeah.
Okay, this guy actually will beat us at that race. Let's just switch to Aquarius and get some super pick at that time. Total gibberish.
Yep, absolute gibberish. No idea. I'm talking crazy talk there. That one, it's advanced enough to tackle you.
It can tackle, that's why it's like level 15.
Yep. I like the Arceus, they don't even give them that.
Yes.
Yep. I mean, the totally legitimate version of The Sims 3 I recently bought came in Russian to begin with. I fixed it now, but it works good. It's working so much better than my English paid version.
Pokemon freshly caught.
It's so sad.
Credit card, no problem.
Yeah, no credit, no problem. It's okay, I just want to joke, no problem, no problem.
Yeah, quick attack. Fuck you and your really unreasonably high speed. Like, Poliwhirl is for some reason, like, way faster than Rattata. Don't ask me why.
Poliwhirl or Poliwag?
Poliwag.
Just all one.
Actually, both of them, but, you know.
Yeah.
Poliwhirl is at least an evolved Pokemon and has, like, proper legs. For some reason, Poliwag is just, like,
I know, if you
super
ever
fast.
Tadpole move
On land, Philippa?
Hey, we all know that the fish shouldn't be able to swim on land either, but here
Yeah,
we
you'd
go.
expect them to have, like, you know, low speed stats. Ooh, that was a good crit. And they're not trying to hypnotize me, which is useful. Alright, we can just take this fucker out. Good job, Joey. Splash! Oh.
Mom!
Hi, Crash Man, how are you? I found a useful item shopping, so I bought it with your money, sorry. It's in your PC. Well, we'll go see what that was later.
Oh, we're nearly at a Pokemon Center, so we can have a look in.
It's true. Okay, so Joey, you're now level 10. Just switch you around. Get that another save. Alright, and we got... Wait, have we fought you yet?
Don't think it...
No. Good angler, but an even better trainer. Well, I have a grass type, so you may be in trouble.
Yep. Grass type.
Unless you've got a Goldeen, and I think you do, actually.
Oh, I was about to say, one of them has a quillfish.
None of them have a quillfish.
What am I remembering that had quillfish? Maybe one of them just gives you the swarm, the quillfish swarm, and that's what I'm thinking of.
We're gonna send out early our fucking champion here.
Yep. We're gonna get range!
Time to get riggedy wrecked by early.
He's so slow.
He's pretty slow, yeah. Goldeen also has a pretty high.
I mean, he's no Vikavolt, but...
And I think they may have pretty similar stats, but this guy's from, like, the early game.
Yep, or at least it makes sense for that. I'm actually gonna have a look now that I'm thinking of it. Is the comparison mode, compare Pokemon.
I'm glad these Supersonics are all missing.
Yeah. There you go.
There we go.
That's good.
Level 10 for Aquarius. What even is our level cap right now? It's like 16. We'll be okay for now. Not running up against it yet. I tried to rush things.
There. Speed. Do you want to take a guess?
Well, as I said, I guess they have, like, about the same.
Not as fast as 45, do you think?
Vikavolt is about 45, isn't it?
It's 43!
43.
And it's like...
I have not fought this guy before.
I'm like, wow, Vikavolt, you're just...
I thought that I'd fought everybody on this route, but...
43 for a third stage, that's just... sad on so many levels.
Done, I thought I could win. You were wrong!
And you sent some to your mom!
Funny things. Oof, no good.
Yeah.
Alright, Mr. Fish is here to absorb a bunch of XP.
Sorry, I'm just remembering something from the whole, what's it? In the game, with the... Okay.
The game with the...
So, Day of the Tentacle, Monkey Island, Grim Fandango, there we go.
Okay, cool.
In Grim Fandango, apparently in the remake, there's a message near the start that being like, hey, there's no fail states or anything like that, but maybe you should save your game regularly. Don't know why.
Jeez.
Yeah, bugged up the butt, is what I understand of it.
Okay, so we have fought this guy, we've fought everyone on this route now. Time to continue onwards. Get our encounter for Union Cave.
Yep.
Which I should probably pull up on the old, browser here. Got Union Cave.
Even more hilarious, apparently they're the same height.
The same height?
Yeah, they're both 1.5 meters tall.
I didn't know Vikavolt was that big.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we got like a small chance of Onyx and mostly a chance of Sandshrew.
Mostly Sandshrew, yep, that sounds about right.
Alright, well let's just switch to Joey.
Yep.
Get an easy Rattata fight out of the way.
Yep. But yeah, like, I just remember seeing the speed curve for the Alolan teams and just being like, ouch.
Yeah, like I said,
Are you gonna guide him up in the water, in the sand there?
You mean this?
No, not that one, in the grass directly up.
I already did, didn't I?
Did you?
Okay, I'll go check.
It's like one over to the left? To the right? Because the one I'm thinking of is to the right of those trees that you just walked up the left side of.
To the right of the trees?
Yep.
So I went the wrong way.
Yep.
This.
Yep, the wrong fork of the
Okay, 1 second.
Yep. Yay, Whooper died. Oh, poor
I really did not want to like spin. Okay, so where was it
to the
exactly?
right and just straight up there. No, you've already got it.
I've already got it. Yes.
Cool.
All right.
That's it.
Heal again. Yes.
I think there's an item up in the trees up there, but
I already got that too.
yeah. I'm like... And of course on one of the days of the week that's not today, there's a person that often stands there.
Okay, I thought it was Sundays, but I guess I was wrong.
Maybe it's not until later in the game.
No, I don't think so. Ah, here we go. Here's another encounter. That badge is from Violet City. You beat Faulkner?
No, I repel assist.
Repel assist?
I assume.
That's all good. I don't really care about using repels.
Yeah, he doesn't. And we haven't got the thing card yet in order to do the other one.
Now let's see. Is this picture gonna have anything? Oh, Spooky can't really hit it. So I'll just use
Have early take it
clean
out.
up.
Yeah.
That's our plan for like the gym as well, by the way. Just have early get raged a bunch by the Caterpie, the Kakuna and the Metapod.
Yep. And hopefully have it survive to be able to like slap the.
Hopefully not get poisoned. If it gets poisoned, then I'll have to come up with like a secondary plan.
Yep. Because yeah, my plan for third gym is just have it mud slap the Miltank until it can't hit you.
I think it might be better to build up rages against the Clefairy, but that's risky just because Clefairy has a chance of doing anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. Like, I looked up the thing of Metronome just for like... Metronome!
I'm gonna just have like a random chance to have any move in the game except for like a couple, like Sketch and Metronome and Mimic and that.
But also, it's like, how the heck does it seem to favor things like Explosion and Fire Blast?
Does it?
Well, that is anecdotal. It just seems like any time it's being used against me, that's what it comes back with.
That's just Murphy's Law. Okay. Time to heal up again, just because I thought we had a clear run at that encounter.
Interesting. For Generation 1, it can do a PP rollover if it's used with the double turn move on a 0 PP access.
Okay, we might as well get our Ghastly in the front here just so that we can easily catch it.
Yep.
Hopefully we'll be getting an Onyx. It will certainly help us.
But more likely we'll be getting a
Sandshrew. We shall see. It's a Geodude. We cannot get those.
Yep, too good. Too good. There. So the struggle glitch was flipped in Generation 2, so it doesn't metronome, it doesn't prioritize over, sorry, it doesn't roll over the PP.
Also, chat has said something.
Something new? Oh, yep. Cool. Let me take that part. I wish you success in the cave. Let's hope for an onyx.
We're hoping for onyx.
Onyx. I'm actually kind of curious now. It's like... Because I know that most X's have the Russian names for most Pokemon in here, so I'm like... Wonder what...
What's Onyx's Russian name?
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
It's Sandshrew. It's Sandshrew anyway.
We hoped. We hoped. But yeah, I'm actually just gonna curiously look up the name of Onyx, because I really want to know. Let's break down into the languages at the bottom.
Whoa, that was a crit. Alright, let's hypnotize the fucker.
Actually, no. It doesn't have a Russian name. It
Doesn't have a Russian name?
Spanish, German, Italian, Korean, Mandarin, and Cantonese.
Stone.
Stone.
Which one is stone then?
Stone. I'm assuming that that's just what you use instead, because, well...
I mean...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, that's just literally there.
Oh, it's just Onyx. Okay then. What are we gonna name you?
I mean, the English puns are terrible. Like,
Nickname, we're gonna call you...
if you've never had a run around in Bulbapedia's trivia section, it will pretty much always tell you the hilarious jokes behind their name.
Question becomes, do I want Stabless? I already have like a couple of good electric resists. I can't have it in addition to the 2 grass types we have, because that would be too many ice weaknesses.
You could
Don't
replace
have any water weaknesses.
the grasses, but that's also kinda...
Yeah, I could replace one of the grasses. They are a little bit superfluous.
Yeah.
The problem is, like, the thing is, Aquarius is gonna get some good moves like fucking Sleep Powder in that.
Yeah.
That I might want to have, but on the other hand...
Potato.
Well, Potato is a starter, so it's probably just gonna stay in the party unless I'm very much full of good options.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'm like, do I want it that badly? Weeping Bell's not got that great a base stat total, I don't think. Let me see.
My brain is doing that thing where it's trying to remember what the alphabet, the Russian alphabet, and it's saying Cyrillic, but I've forgotten is that...
Yeah, that is the Cyrillic alphabet.
Okay, thank you. I don't know why occasionally my brain will just go, it's not the Cyrillic, what are you talking about? That's not the name of this
390
language.
versus Sandslash is 450. So it's significantly better in a lot of ways, although... Okay, yeah, Weeping Bell's not that great. Maybe I should just switch it and just keep him in reserve. Because Sandslash, even though it has no stab, which is the reason it's so badly, like, where is it in our fucking list? Yeah, don't bother. It's in Don't Bother.
Yep.
So I think even given that, having an electric resist and a rock resist might be good.
I'd say it pays to have a little bit of extra resistance.
Yeah. Alright, we'll switch you out. We'll switch you out.
Oh, it gets Sandstorm later on.
Yeah, how useful.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't get any really good moves other than Slash.
It can be given Earthquake, Dig, and Mudslap. Yeah, that's
Take TM in this game?
I am almost certain when I go and look that up, it is going to tell me that you get it in the post-game.
It very well could.
Let me go and have
Yeah, let's just deposit. Deposit, oh no. We want to take that item off of Aquarius first.
Yes, we do. You can do it in the PC now.
Can you?
Yes, go, well, you haven't done it yet, so take it away, but yeah.
We'll just give it to Potato instead.
Yeah. If you look, the third option should be... Oh
Move
no.
Pokemon without mail.
I believe when you go to put it in... No, okay. I must be remembering a third
You're remembering a different one.
Yeah.
Okay. Congrats, you're now like the weakest guy here.
Say... 28... oh, it is in the national park.
Okay, so that's not too bad.
Yeah?
Of course it means that we can't give it to anybody else.
Yep.
And I'll
That is
give you
the downside of it, but also, you know, sometimes you go tell Pokemon to, you know, do the thing it should have always done. Cough, cough, lick a tongue.
Yeah, it's just a shame. It's like, you don't get stabbed for it. Also, ground-type TMs are so useful.
I know.
Like, having to give it use a TM to give this thing some kind of stab is a serious downside. But it does have decent physical bulk.
It does. Unlimited space on the computer is cool. Oh,
Fuck, we forgot to pick up whatever item that was. Oh well. Sure it won't be valuable or necessary.
What item?
The one that we got from Mom.
Oh, yes, we should go and have a look at what that is.
We'll do that later.
That fixing of the PC storage. Well, I think we haven't even mentioned it on stream, or at least not on this stream, about the code stabilization that went into this game.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell all about the code stabilization for this game?
I mean, you can go ahead.
Well, it's mostly because you know it a bit better than me. So what I understand is the code that was basically, it started with the spaghetti code. The wonderful spaghetti code that made up red and blue.
Ocean.
And then they went to create gold and silver in a year. But the code was the horrible spaghetti code, and
they couldn't fit much in there, and then one of the programmers, and I forget who, I think it may have been, can't remember who.
Should I look?
Satoshi Tajiri, I think?
Would it be in the gold and silver?
It might well be. Basically came in and spent a weekend working on it.
And managed to free up enough space for the little shitty theme park version of Kanto we have here. Which, you know, as a person who likes that, I appreciate this fact.
I appreciate being able to move after having been bound.
What?
Bind. Doesn't paralyze us completely anymore.
Oh, right. I get you. Like, that makes sense. Okay, features, localization, connectivities, receptions, battery life stuff, trivia probably?
Could be.
Japanese.
Headed to Azalea, aren't you? Let my Pokemon see if you're good enough to battle.
Korean version.
You are another hiker. That means we're probably going to be leaning on Potato.
Japanese quotation marks are used in certain parts of dialogues, like radio stations. Yeah. Okay. Games for the first legendary mascots, precious stones.
I might not have it there.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm sure you can like Google it and you'll find it.
Fixed the Pokemon Gold. Satoru Iwata.
Satoru Iwata. Right.
And the first result of the man that fixed the Pokemon Gold code was Pokemon Gold and Silver. Satoru Iwata saved Game Freak.
Yeah. Went in and optimized the codes, and they could fit so much more in there. Because Game Freak is not and has never been actually good at coding. Like, coding is really not their strength.
No, it seriously isn't. It's a potato.
Learn reflect.
That's a potato with some
I would expect it to. Yeah, I don't know why Potato gets reflect. Like, what about this thing makes you think it can reflect? But okay.
Well, I have a lot of general questions, and that somehow never quite solicited what the actual heck. Like, I'm more puzzled that it, of all the JoJo starters, can't learn dig.
Yeah. Oh.
Because, honestly...
I mean, it makes sense that an echidna and a crocodile would be able to dig.
But this is a potato, it's a root.
Yeah, it's some sort of root. Supersonic is confusing my Pokemon. I'm seriously upset about that.
You and me both, buddy.
I'm angry. Angry about Subats.
But yeah, like, it's a rooted vegetable Pokemon. It should be able to jump on in there.
Oh, hey, look, something you resist.
I mean, even then, it's like a chicory. I think that is a root. No, that's not what I wanted. This, let me...
I think you're gonna have, like, Smog or anything by this stage? I don't think it will. Get what Coughing's learn set is like.
You can have a look if you want.
That's alright, we'll figure it out if we figure it out.
Yeah.
Looking a lot like it can only tackle right now, though.
Yeah, probably. Most stuff can only tackle the base of this game.
Pokemon tend to start with, like, more than one move, but Coughing was created as, like, a late-game Pokemon, so they didn't really...
Poison gas and tackle.
It also had Poison Gas?
Apparently.
Huh, maybe the AI made it think that it, like, is not very effective and therefore don't use it.
Could be, could be.
Or I just got obscenely lucky.
Could also be. Guess we'll
How
find
much
out.
are we taking? We're taking 2 damage a hit. So we're safe from crits for now. I think we will be till we beat it.
Chicory is a flowering plant. Okay.
We should be good. This should finish him? No. Didn't finish him. Okay, fine.
Yeah,
Well,
it's got one of... It totally looks like it's got one of the fuck-off roots, so... I stand by my fact that Chikorita should be able to dig.
Spooky just straight up cannot be hurt by this thing in any way.
Can't be poisoned, can't be tackled.
Can't be poisoned, and can't be tackled. I probably should have used Spooky from the start, but oh well. Here we are. I kind of forgot he was a poison type. On weekends you can hear strange roars from inside the cave.
I wonder if they're talking about the Lapras.
They're talking about the Lapras.
But it doesn't roar, and it's only on Fridays.
It is only on Fridays, you're right.
Let me have a look and see if I'm missing anything about that cave. What's this cave called again?
Union Cave?
Union Cave, thank you.
Oh, this one only has like scratch and defense skill. I should have put out Spooky again.
Yeah, that's basically the answer for everything.
I'm also like... Okay, eventually Cypher will be able to Fury Cutter him out. But he does quad resist that. Maybe Spooky's a good plan as well. A good plan B. That's a Zubat.
Zuby. Yeah, once per week on Fridays. I'm glad that my brain is just, that's the Friday thing. That's the thing that happens on Friday.
Yeah, it is the thing that happens on Fridays.
Friday thing.
Maybe it was weekends and then they, like, never changed the dialogue when they changed it.
Either that or translation fucked up. That also happened.
Well, Spooky, you don't do a lot of damage.
I actually expected them to mention that in the trivia, but it does not. In fact, it doesn't have a trivia section at all. Craziness.
Comrade, favorite Pokemon game? That would be X and Y. They're my favorite ones.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with X and Y as well.
Very maligned, but falsely. People basically see them as the start of the end, and it's true that they should never have tried doing 3D graphics, but that's kind of not X and Y's fault, and they did the best execution of that they could.
Yeah.
It wasn't their fault that people would then be lazy later. Run far and wide in search of Pokemon. Are you looking for Pokemon too? Then you're my collecting rival. Trust me, I am not. I'm doing a Nuzlocke and a Trashlocke. That. This guy got a slowpoke? Fortunately, I have potato.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, my team doesn't really fare super well. Oh, Early could handle it too, I suppose.
If it wasn't for Alola just completely screwing it over, everything else over.
Well, Sword and Shield wasn't exactly.
The ones that I've played is what I was going to add to that. Then it would be Black and White are my least favorite.
But that's only because of like the fucking intrusive, unskippable, intrusive fucking block shit.
But every time you go somewhere,
everyone has to chime in. You gotta mash that A button.
And can't even mash with the ones who just yell from the crowd. Gone Kid A and B have to let you know, yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, like, annoying to replay, unfortunately.
Yeah.
See, that guy says every Friday.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, more likely a dialogue, translation fuckery.
Yeah. I was wondering if something happens on weekends as well, but I can't remember anything.
That's what I was looking at. Nothing indicated. Yep. Nothing showing up on the page. What about your favorite Pokemon overall, Daniel?
Oh, it's Psyduck, hands down. I know it's a fucking Gen 1er opinion, but damn, he's fucking adorable.
I mean, Psyduck is adorable.
Psyduck is adorable as hell.
Let's see, who would my favorite Pokemon be overall?
I mean, you like Jolteon.
I do like Jolteon. Rapidash is another hard contender. Let's see. Who would I say? Yeah, probably Jolteon just sticks it out.
Yeah. But we're old fucking Pokemon fans, so obviously our favorites are gonna be in Gen 1.
I mean, if I had to pick, let's say, so if that's our Gen 1 pick, what about your Gen 2 pick?
Gen 2 pick, maybe Smeargle. I do like Smeargle.
I am
terrible to play with, but very nice looking. Routes is pretty.
It is. It is very neat. It has got a very neat style.
I'm sorry about all the creepy pervs who go on about Gardevoir.
They also go on about Corellier if you let them.
Oh, that's much worse.
I am gonna go with Houndoom. Love me a good dark type.
Yeah. It's a shame they basically don't let you have any in the main game, huh?
Yep. What about Gen 3? So we know that...
Gen 3.
Let's say.
Gen 3 has a lot of quite good, but not not spectacular ones.
You don't like Linoone?
Linoon's, actually, yeah, Linoon's really mediocre for me. Super mediocre. If I had to guess, maybe if I had to stab at it, I'd say maybe the Sphere line or the Gulpin line.
Yeah,
They're fun.
That's fair. Let's see. Who would mine?
Alright, we got TM59, that is...
Absol. Absol for Gen 3.
Yeah, Absol's also pretty fucking neato.
Let's see. Then, of course, everyone's favorite, Cave version.
Maybe there's a lot of really good ones in Cave version, honestly.
Shanks.
Skuntank.
I'm gonna go with the Shanks line.
Skuntank's cool. That's the one that pops to my head. So we could give Swift to Stabless, but I think he's gonna learn it on his own, or we could give it to Joey as a good stab move. I honestly think that's a good one to give him.
A good one.
It's a shame we can't give it to Early, but he can't learn it.
Yep. I'm surprised Early can't learn it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do we know the generations well enough for me to go, what's your fifth pick?
Garbodor.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You do like Trashmon. Let's see, I'm having to look over because I haven't played this one enough. Because this, of course, is the version where I'm like, every time I try and play it.
There's tons of good ones in Gen 5,
yeah,
honestly.
Tons of good ones. But it's that whole, can't play it for very long because of just freaking thingy involved.
It's less can't play very long and more it's it's quite arduous to come back to.
Yeah. I'm having a look over their stuff. I do like the Joltik line. So you're seeing me as dark and bits Electric there. the Litwick line has a lot of good things to say about itself.
Vanillish? Good choice. That's probably my second
Vanillish
favorite.
is pretty cool. I apologize for no puns. You came to a Pokemon's team.
Yeah, no, Vanillish is good.
Yeah.
Other people will say it is bad. Those people's opinions are shit tier.
Yep. Then, of course, you've got things like the Ferroseed line, which, you know, I just like.
Oh yeah, Ferroseed's fun.
Ferroseed
I like
is
Ferroseed.
fun.
I don't think anyone can complain about Ferroseed.
Yep. Okay, 6th gen.
6th gen, it's probably the Honedge line, honestly.
And for me,
That's generically good.
For me, I'm gonna be like the Fletchling line. That was everything I wanted in a flying type.
English joke pun. You'll hear a lot. Man,
mean,
it is actually very warm in here.
In case you didn't know, every single Pokemon name is a terrible English pun.
Most of them.
Well, which ones aren't?
Well, some of them are like Ekans or Arbok or whatever, where it's not really a pun, but it's a play on words.
It's still a play on words.
Yeah, there's always a play on words of some sort.
Yeah.
Unless it's just seal.
Yeah.
Seal.
And Spheal.
The Spheal is a pun, because it's a sphere seal.
Yep.
It's a pretty good, way of showing how the name convention has, developed from just 1st to 3rd gen.
Yep. So occasionally my brain will mess those two around, and it's really annoying because I like both of them for different reasons, but I will only use one of them.
I mostly just like Spheal.
Yeah, I like Spheal. If I'm gonna use a Pokemon, it's gonna be Spheal.
Yeah.
But I like the designs of both of them.
I don't like Seal's design. It's probably one of my lowest, maybe my very, no, it was Mr. Mime. I was gonna say my very lowest in Gen 1, but no.
Mime Jr.
Well, that's not in Gen 1. Also, Mime Jr. is better than Mr. Mime. I would actually say Mime Jr. is better than Seal.
Okay, yeah, I can agree with that. It is just really simple and basic, and it becomes a dugong, which I like.
Yeah, it's also very simple and basic. If you like simple and basic, then
yeah,
there you go.
And it's hard for me to get past some of those simple and basic stuff.
Then Gen 1 will be fun for you. A lot of basic shit in Gen 1.
Have we not established that this is where I live my life? Oh no, the hiccups have come to me. Pretty much, almost every single, Pokemon name is a terrible pun of some kind.
Of some kind.
Because, for example, Dugong is a double pun. It is made up of the words dew, like D-E-W, which is, liquid forming on plants, usually after a cool night. And gong, because it sort of makes when you hit ice with a hammer, it makes a very distinct sound.
That's shattering noise. I think you're kind of stretching with that one.
If you hit a really solid block, it makes a weird sound.
I don't think that's it. It's a misspelling of dugong.
Yeah.
Which is another, although weirdly very different marine mammal.
It is a manatee.
Yeah, well, manatees and dugongs are technically very different, but they're basically the same animal.
Yeah.
But I would not say that a dugong and a narwhal are the same basic animal, and dugong, the Pokemon, is a narwhal.
Yeah.
One lives in the icy waters, one lives in very warm waters. They're quite different.
And now I'm just thinking of the vitamin C thing.
What?
You know, the ultimate proof that the entire game of life is patched.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, because this is a weird side joke we've had going for years, humans require vitamin C to live. If we don't get it, you get
scurvy. You lose your teeth, your fingernails, you die.
Yeah, so scurvy, very, very... But then you get people like the various Inuits and various tribes that live in, butt nowhere. But
out in the ice where there's no
citrus.
There's no citrus. So it's like the GM god is like, okay, there's people that live out on the ice where there's no citrus, and the player's like, but what about how you established we couldn't go on long sea voyages because of the scurvy due to lack of citrus? How do these guys not get scurvy and die? And God's like, narwhal skin, it's got 5 times the vitamin of an orange.
Yep.
Fuck, early did get banned. That is a shame.
Yep.
Especially because we're coming up against another fight here. But I don't know if he's actually any good against
Yep.
either of those Pokemon we're gonna be fighting.
And so yeah, Nuzlocke has a ridiculous amount of vitamin C, which, you know, just goes to prove that nature loves fucking with us.
Yes. Okay, what do we got here? We got a Poison Cure Berry. Cool.
Not gonna help.
Not gonna help in this fight, but still good. Okay, so Stablis, you're actually not even our weakest right now.
Of course, let's say the jokes we've got going on in our party. Mr. Fish, Magikarp.
Mr.
It's
Fish.
a Magikarp, a particular type of fish. Then we've got Joey the Rattata, which is...
Oh, that guy didn't want to fight
Yeah,
me.
no, that dude doesn't want to fight. He gives you something, I think.
He doesn't give me something. He is gonna fight. It's more just like, I'm surprised I passed him by, but I think I can handle him. Going through the tunnel, but still plenty of energy left. He's the guy that gives you these, what is it, the Dunsparce notification.
Huh.
Yeah. He has like a Geodude and a, Marchop.
Yes, he does.
Okay, we're gonna switch here. And then for Marchop, we use Spooky. Spooky's gonna be pretty fucking useful against, like, fighting types throughout this run. Oh, geez, that's not great. Well, that did a lot of damage. Hopefully this just finishes it. So we had a 5% chance to simply miss there, which would have been quite bad. Okay, then he sends out his Marchop. Then we send out Spooky, because I do not believe Marchop has any way to damage it at all at this level.
I mean,
I think it gets Foresight somewhere along the line.
Let me have a look, because that's actually quite relevant to us at this stage.
We have 7 licks.
Can you lick it? Can you get to the center of the Marchop?
Worst, we can put him to sleep and switch in somebody else to finish him.
Just looking at the default, like, pose for the 3D Marchop versus... Like, yeah, that's really
Dynamic.
Whereas the 3D one just kind of stands with its best vaguely at his sides. Not even in, like,
Yeah.
proper fighting poses, which really offends me.
Okay, the biggest offense is Hitmontop. Now, Hitmontop does do a cool dance in its idle pose.
Yep.
But it ain't spinning, and it's supposed to be spinning when it fights.
Yep.
So, like, why no spinning, Game Freak?
Level 25 is the answer.
There we go. So, and Potato's now level 15.
Yep. Your potato's getting big.
Big Potato.
Leaving fate to chance is dangerous.
Yes. We're gonna try to not do that in this playthrough.
I don't know if you intended that, but that's actually a hilarious double pun, because in English, you can leave something to fate and you can leave something to chance. And so leaving fate to chance is basically, you know, saying the dog wags the dog. But it's, like, I assume that was intentional. It was very funny regardless.
Alright, let's heal up at the Pokemans.
But yeah, so I think it's been pretty conclusively proven that the Dexit had no reason other than we want you
We didn't want to do, yeah. We want you to pay for this in DLC.
Yep.
Okay.
Which, you know, is understandable, and if they just said that...
Now, that's the woodcutter's house, I think.
Yes, that is the...
Alright, we need to go check what's in our fucking box.
Yes! Let's see what Mom bought for us.
I don't think any of these guys give me anything.
I don't think so.
Fuck it, I'll talk to them. Super Potion!
Mom got some good stuff!
Those proceedings start to 20 Pokemon per box.
Bilingual jokes don't translate well. No, they don't. Unless, of course, you're going between French and English. There I know at least 2 of them, which are terrible, both in different ways.
Alright, now we need to be careful not to try and go to Elix Forest. That will trigger a boss fight.
So, I don't know if you know, but there's actually a third type of... I know you know, but our viewer may not know about the third type of pun in Japanese.
Yeah, we can never get those because we don't have kanji.
Yeah. But basically, because it's kanji are like composite.
And they can mean different things depending on how you read them.
Indeed. No, that's okay. I'm not gonna repeat the French jokes. They're all...
Don't worry, we don't really know French either.
I know enough. Okay, it means an egg.
Now let me see, is there anything I actually want from this one? I could get Ekans, but I think, yeah. I think I want to go for that headbutt chance for Heracross. Because apparently, this is something I got told, is that you can basically fix your Heracross one by getting an Apom somewhere else. I can't remember, it was somewhere before you beat Whitney. And if you've got a Spearow before then that means that you can fix it so that your chances are only Heracross from headbutt. Yeah.
Should I try looking that up?
Yeah, sure.
Gold, silver, hero.
Now, I don't know why, but it considers the Slowpoke world to be part of Azalea Town.
Okay.
Now, what do we got? We got the Zubats and we got Slowpoke, so we're guaranteed a Slowpoke here. And I think I will switch out Mr. Fish for Slowpoke if we manage to get one. Which means, basically, if I don't fuck up the encounter. And I believe they only start with Tackle.
Crystal calculator, but we don't want crystal one.
So this old man just went yelling and yelling at these guys. They ran away, but then he fell down and fucked up his back.
Yep. Okay.
An intriguing story. Let's see if we can catch ourselves a Slowpoke. It'll be pretty useful, which is to say it'll be of middling use now, it'll be of pretty low use for most of the game, but at the end of the game it'll start being very useful.
Only one tree per root at a time holds Heracross. If a tree has them, they're fairly common.
Let's just switch to Joey so we can keep Spooky healthy. Sorry if my voice is a little bit fucky. I had some bullshit going on with health-wise earlier on. Don't worry, I'm better. It just means that my voice may go a little bit shitty. Damn, you're taking like 2 hit points a pop from this shit. Then again, you are a bit of a glass tank. A glass cannon, rather, not a tank.
Okay.
Are our Slowpoke odds here? 15%, okay.
The Japanese are open to ambiguity.
Yes.
I was about to say, I have no idea, and then turn
At least in their language.
Yeah.
Not in any other way of life. English sound normal, comrade. Thank you.
English is a terrible language that's made up of at least 3 other languages all standing on each other's shoulders and occasionally getting in fistfights.
Yeah, it's the Frankenstein's monster of languages.
Yep. The Adam language.
Well, I'm sure Christianity would say that.
It's
But not Orthodox Christianity.
What I was gonna say is, in certain interpretations of the text, or rather in, like, he calls himself Adam.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Alright, let's just switch to Spooky and finish this fucker.
So, it also means his initial then makes him a Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Terrible jokes.
So we got like a 15% chance to... How does that round out? Just like 1 in...
Oh,
basic math.
You are not wrong. That one is English grammar is a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's inconsistent because it's built out of a million other languages.
Yeah. there's a joke I want to post, it would have to be in text because that's how that joke works. But also, it would have to be in text because that's how that joke works. But yeah, English is... This is from two native English speakers. This is a shit language for shits, and it is shitty. It is a terrible language.
It's terrible and it's really good. It's both. It's like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. It's the best and the worst at the same time.
Yeah. Because although it basically makes no sense and has no reason.
Terrible to learn. Abysmal, inconsistent. You have to memorize basically every spelling on its own. But there is so much you can do with this language that I'm pretty sure you can't do with any other language. It has so much cool shit in it.
You're also totally legitimately allowed to just make up words. And
Here, let me make a metaphor. It's the dwarf fortress of languages.
Okay, yeah, that's a good metaphor for it.
Like, the learning curve is insane and impossible, but there's so much shit you can do.
Yeah, vocabulary easy,
grammar bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, good thing is that most people will understand mostly what you mean, even if your grammar is bad.
Yep. There is a horrible meme that occasionally runs around that says, even though brains don't English in good, you can still brain English because your brain brains the English brain English.
Yes, and that's mostly coherent.
Indeed, and that's the scariest part of that.
Alright, how many licks is this guy going to be able to handle, though? He is weak to them. Oh, that was a crit, though. That was a crit, though. Remember, Phil, we're trying to catch this thing.
Yep. I think you can catch it now.
The fuck? That is some insane damage variance, though.
Yeah.
Like, that was the same amount of damage for crit and non-crit. That's insane.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, just pop that there. Now go to sleep!
And it fell asleep. Now try and catch it. But the ongoing joke is English ravages other languages and back alleys and rifles their pants. No, come on, brain, you can do that better. English mugs other languages and dark alleys for words, and then rifles through their pockets for spare grammar.
It lasers vacantly near water. If something bites its tail, it won't even notice for a whole day.
I've had days like that, Slowpoke.
Yeah. And I'm gonna name you Slowsif.
I thought you were gonna call it Slowboy.
Well, I was gonna call him Slowy Joey, but then I'm like, no, we already have a Joey. We can't be doing that.
Can't have the entire theme being Joey-based puns.
That would just get annoying and
We have a
confusing.
new chatting Slush Puppy Snowballs.
Trashlocke. So, it's like a Nuzlocke, but I've only allowed... Basically, I've ranked all of these Pokemon, how good they are to get you through the Elite Four, get the championship. Beat Lance, in this case. And I've ranked them into 5 different categories. Stupidly good, which is like, always use this. It's amazing. Awesome, which is like, these are really good. You should feel happy about having them. Basic has its ups and downs. It's a normal Pokemon. It'll be useful in some cases. It won't be useful in other cases. Can be useful means exactly that. You can use them. There's some use you can get out of them. They're not great, though. So you can use them, but they're not spectacular, and don't bother, which is like, yeah, there's very little you can do with it. I will only be taking from C tier and D tier. So at best, I have Pokemon that in a normal Nuzlocke could see some use, but then either fall off later or just be like pretty
Mediocre.
pretty medium or bad outside of that use. So I've got things like, you know, right now we've got a Meganium, because if you choose Meganium, you're not choosing Typhlosion or Feraligatr, which are way better. We've got a Rattata, so they can Eradicate, which is good early on but falls off. We got Haunter, which is good for some matchups, but it doesn't learn any moves that can really take advantage of its good stats, and it also can't evolve into Gengar because we're not trading because it's Nuzlocke. We've got things like Weeping Bell. Can't get to be Victory Bell on this one, so it just stuck as Weeping Bell. Dunsparce. Only really good in the first gym or two, and then it falls completely off. So stuff like that. you can see the rules down below for more specifics, but essentially...
And I've also linked the information...
Oh yeah, if you don't know what a Nuzlocke is, it's one of those, but more complex.
Yep. Because Pokemon players are all about that challenge.
So I think we can deposit Mr. Fish and go for an even more long game Pokemon with Slowsif.
Let's bring out Slowsif into the party.
Let's see, that means we've got 2 ghost weaknesses, which is weird.
The really interesting part of the idea of the Nuzlocke is a way to make the game more engaging.
More interesting and more unique. You use Pokemon you weren't planning on ever using.
Yep.
Especially with the Trashlocke.
And like the namesake Nuzlocke shows like how you get a really strong emotional bond going on.
Get a bond to these guys. You'll feel bad when they die. And it's a win. We had like, I think 3 or 4, including one right before going up in Victory Road, and that was,
Yeah, we felt that. We felt that hard.
So Slowsif right now you've only got like Tackle and Growl, right? Interesting. Yeah, well, if you think it's interesting, stick around and check out what we're doing. Oh, you've also got Curse.
I hope your new friend is working hard. He's about to get strapped that grinding wheel.
Yeah, we working hard, alright.
Working hard or hardly working?
Yeah.
Alright, we're definitely gonna drive Slowsif off the brain.
Yeah, we're gonna get Slowsif to do some good work for us. It'll be, like I was saying, he's gonna be useful early on, like around about now, then he'll fall off. Then later on, once he evolves, he will become very good. What am I doing? I'm switching.
But there is a long period in there where he's just, like Mr. Fish, would just be sitting there.
He's mostly, we're mostly just sitting there soaking up XP, so that's why I put him in the can be useful category, because he takes till level 38 to evolve. If you're using level caps, which we are, that means I can only really get him to face clear while evolved. The other gym leaders he will have to face in his unevolved state because he just can't get that higher level. And again, like I said, we're not trading, so no Slowkings.
I was honestly surprised to find his level rate as medium fast.
Medium fast for XP, huh?
No, I'm like...
What a betrayal.
I know.
The Slowpoke way. Anyway, time to fight our first Team Rocket run. Darn, I was standing guard on top when some old coot yelled at me. It startled me so much that I fell down here. I think I'll vent my anger by taking it out on you. Old man yells at Rocket.
Oh, the old man who yells at Cloud will never be bad.
Got a Rattata. I think Slowsif will be able to take at least a few hits.
Yep.
Let's see.
Ooh,
that's a crit. Crit. Oh, and you missed. What a great showing from Slowsif.
Yeah.
We can't just switch in Spooky because...
Yeah, I'd say go for early. And let's see, your little cap at the moment is 16.
16. So that's how strong Bugsy's ace is. That's how strong our Pokemon are going to be when we fight him with these trash mons. Early is like the MVP so far because he soloed Falkner.
Because he's just sturdy.
He's strong, he's tough. At this stage in the game, he has quite good stats. Only this stage in the game. Like, by the time we get past Whitney, I will probably be switching early out of the team. Luck is bad trust. Luck's been pretty good so far, actually.
I mean, it definitely could be worse. Like, I'd say, because if, like, that chance to miss is 1 in 256, so it is pretty low.
I swear it's actually better chances than that in this game, because we've been seeing so many misses.
We have.
This is not the day. It's possible no one's actually gone in and checked.
Yeah.
Sure, we've been hacking the tails or Slowpoke and selling them. Everything we do is for profit. That's right, we're Team Rocket, and we'll do anything for money. Oh, Team Rocket, a team who actually has a understandable agenda. They kind of stopped having that after Gen 3. Uh-oh. I do love this fucking Rocket song, by the way. Stop taking tails. Yeah, just try and defeat all of us. That's the plan. Thank you, I will.
Like, so, for example, we go to Dunsparce pretty much immediately.
Yeah, that was good-ass luck.
Yeah. So,
I'll take a million misses over like that. Now we gotta switch, because this motherfucker is...
Huh.
It's, too bad. It's gonna super affect my Slosive.
Yep.
Don't want that. Especially with draining move.
Yep.
Draining moves don't go well when they're super effective against you. Or rather, they do go well for the enemy.
Yeah.
Let's just use Swift.
It's interesting how they sort of change the animations.
Yeah.
Oh, have a look. Do translates. Okay. Money does not equal happiness. No.
This is true.
So in the words of Nanny Og, I didn't want me to buy happiness, only rent it for a while. But
money doesn't buy happiness, but it also does not hurt.
yeah, it gives you more opportunities to find happiness. But as we both know, like, money is kind of a crutch that rich people use to tell us to go to, like, hurt people who we shouldn't hurt. Like, if
Pretty
we
much.
listen to our politicians for most of the time, we would be trying to fight off damn immigrants because damn immigrants get money, but really, I'm mad at the dude who's earning like 400 times his average salary's worker's salary when he does fuck all work and his general employees do everything. He is not worth 400 of them.
Let's see.
Sorry, I'll stop ranting about that again.
Oh.
Let's see.
Quit taking Slowpoke tails.
Useful victim.
Team up is ready to be ruined. Yeah, I mean, it can help you with getting happiness in the sense that it's like, well, you certainly don't have to worry about starving on the street if you have money. So a lot of things that would otherwise negatively influence your happiness might go away.
But at the same time, just having money.
Just having money alone isn't enough.
Yeah. And like, one thing I have liked to do that gives me joy when I am in a position and to have enough money is I like to spread it to people who don't. So for example, last Christmas, my local supermarket was doing a thing where if you bought any items to give off to the food shelter, then they would match that. So I did like, I think I did like $200 last year of like just a trolley full of $200 worth of foodstuffs.
Yeah, they weren't expecting that.
Yeah. And it's like, for me, that still was a chunk of my money, but it didn't hurt me to give it away, and hopefully made their Christmas period, hopefully more than just that, a lot easier. Ditto for the Women's Refuge charity group. Let me go have a look. Spread wealth communism. Yep.
Not to be too flippant about something that I know your people have, like, a long history with,
Yeah.
but that's a short way of summarizing it.
Yeah.
More like socialism, but
Honestly, yeah, like,
not English idea. No. No.
it doesn't matter. If it's a good idea, it's a good idea. People who are more fortunate helping those who are less fortunate, that should just be the way society goes. That is a good way for a society to act, with everyone trying to pull up the bottom.
Yeah, rather than the top squeezing the bottom.
Yeah, the top likes sitting on the bottom and laughing at it when it complains about the smell.
And that's why we have trillionaires.
Yep. Billionaires who could literally give, like, $1,000 to each person on the earth.
And still be trillionaires.
That is just ridiculous.
Alright, so I know that next dude is gonna have just a little, like, 12 or something, or 14 coughing. So,
yeah.
Spooky should be able to one him. Should be able to just, like, one-shot him. Well, not one-shot him. What am I looking for? Solo him. Solo them is what I'm trying to say.
Slowpoke. Okay. Slowpoke.
It's level 14.
Yeah, we knew it was gonna be bad.
That's fine. We got Spooky. Spooky is, like, surprisingly good in this early game area.
Yep.
Afterwards, he'll start being a little less. Oops, that didn't affect him.
Oh no, how
Do
could
you-
it happen?
Do you have a poison move? Oh god, we're not doing a lot of damage back though, are we? And you do have a poison move. Well, maybe you won't be able to solo him.
There will always be poor people in society, yes, that is true.
Sad, but you know, just because it's always going to happen doesn't mean you don't try.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, why? It's like saying, why bother making my bed? It's just going to get messy later. Like, you don't just give up in the face of impossibility. Do the best you can. You'll inevitably die, but you'd sure like to keep living as long as you can.
And for me, it's not just the fact that I can help those people, it's like, they're people, why should they go hungry when I can eat? It's like, it doesn't make sense to me that that is the only way these people should be able to get food, and it offends me that it is so. And so, even though I can only kind of do it locally, just because of how the world works,
Yeah.
I do it locally, because I am able to, and I want to.
So it looks like we are actually going to solo this guy.
Yep. I mean, you could practically just put Slowpoke back in, just for Slowpoke back in for poking it to death.
I don't see why I would, though. He's already seen it, and it will get full experience.
Yep.
It's like,
Yep.
there, that's what an enemy looks like. Anyway, come back.
You did good, little boy.
Learned much from looking at it for a second.
Yep. Yep. Well, let me take the new phrase and run it through my translator. No, sometimes food is not an option, and frankly, America produces enough food to feed every single person in the world.
They dump a bunch of corn in the ocean, like, every year.
Yeah, because
Just so that they don't want to run the corn price down.
yeah. But they're perfectly willing to run the oil price up and everything else up.
Yeah,
But they
price
can't
go
have-
up is better for
Yeah.
moguls.
But they can't have the corn price go up.
No,
Yeah.
can't have the corn price go down, Philip.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
That's how economics works.
yeah.
Way to go, Trash Man. Team Rocket has taken off. My back's better too. Coincidentally, right now, after you did all the work.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Let's get out of here.
Hello, cat.
Hey, Trash Man, you handled yourself like a real hero at the well. I like your style. I'd be honored to make balls for a trainer like you. This is all I have now, but take it. One lure ball.
He's
Made it.
lowering your balls.
I like more balls from apricorns. Collect them from trees, bring them to me. I'll make balls of them. So I don't think I ended up getting the apricorn from here. Let's just grab it now. White apricorn. Let's just take the apricorn and give it to this guy.
I believe that gives you the fastball.
Give me the fastball, which I'm pretty much just doing because that's the only one we have coming for right now. Take about a day to make it, which is why I'll probably never even get this one.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's okay. People are definitely not heading up against that level cap yet.
Yes, it's absolutely a capitalism problem. Capitalism is broken,
Yep.
and unfortunately,
Explicitly,
like,
it is a capitalism problem.
one of the biggest problems is that if you try and tell people capitalism is broken, all the people who are in a good position because of capitalism will go, but it worked for me.
So I reckon I get everyone up to about level 13. We go hit the gym.
In a very sort of roundabout way, my family is a good example of this. My mother in New Zealand,
Your mama.
my mama, was paid to go to university. She lived at a time that basically university entrance was rare. You had to earn your way in, but once you got in,
Yeah, if you had good enough grades, you could get in, and then your way is paid.
Yeah.
To stop doing that.
and not only would they like pay for your courses, they'd actually give you a stipend to like have money for your own usage. I believe that you could additionally get a job on top of that for extra cash.
Thank you.
All that kind of stuff.
5 to 8, 6
In our day, anyone can go to university. Absolutely anyone, as long as you pass basic requirements.
very basic requirements.
Like,
even if you don't really, there's still university courses you can take to catch up in like one trimester.
Like, it is stupidly easy for anyone.
Very easy, but you have to pay shit tons of money that you don't have.
Yeah, so
and everyone tells you this is the only way to get a good job.
Yeah, and the government will happily loan you that money as well.
That it has to, now, admittedly, in their defense, it's interest-free, but still, that's money that the government has to play with for potentially forever. And just like, that's just money it has.
Yep. And for the most part, like, practically none of us get jobs out of it. Like, neither of us have gotten a job out of it. Let's see, my sister...
Oh, wait, that isn't money the government has because they give it up. I guess it's money the university has.
Yeah, the university gets it more than the government.
Yeah.
My sister, who is now my brother, he managed to get kind of a job, but it wasn't even like really a job, more of a casual acquaintance with a job. Your brother, I believe that he's also, like, one of your brothers has got a degree that he's using and the other one doesn't.
Yep. I have one that I'm not using.
Yep, I said you right at the start. I believe of all of my cousins, 2 are using, and I have like about 8-10 cousins, I believe 2 are using the degrees they got.
Basically, there was a glut of degrees, and in our generation, degrees are mostly meaningless. Like, we got what we thought would get us a job. It turns out that really doesn't.
Yeah, what we should have been doing in our generation was doing trades. But because our parents' generation, trades were what you did if you like didn't have enough brains to go to university, basically. Which it's still the trade like perception, except you have to like work really hard to do a trade properly. So it's a stupid thing. But yeah, the person in a trade will be a lot better off than somebody who goes and does a degree, but there's a stigma against getting a trade. When I say trade, I mean something working with your hands, like
plumbing, building, electrician, that sort of stuff.
Motor work.
Here's the thing, is basically all of our parents' generation gave us the advice that would have worked for them, where they saw people who had got degrees go on to make gangbusters amounts of money. But unfortunately, everyone gave their kids that advice, so every kid went to get a degree, and then every kid got a degree, and then suddenly everyone has their choice of degree havers. Like, the degree now is meaningless. Now you need more.
Oh, and university prices keep going up because, again, prices go up.
Yeah, like, they say that's to cover costs, but that's quite clearly bullshit. Yeah. It's just to keep making more money.
And now I'm just thinking of, so, mostly in New Zealand we have a program called Student Benefit, where if you are basically poor enough, they will pay you money to, like, not die while you do your degree.
Yeah.
Usually it's not enough to actually live on, and you've also got to get a job on top of that, but it's there.
It does not keep up with minimum wage at all.
Yeah.
Or rather, it doesn't keep up with any sort of inflation.
Yeah, it's a random arbitrary number that some person...
It doesn't move much. Now, politicians' salaries, that will move with inflation all the time, every single year.
It goes up.
But they don't feel the need to do that for anybody else.
Yep, why would anyone else need to keep up with inflation? Yeah. Where was I going with that? Oh, a couple of years ago, they increased that by $50 for every student. And what happened was pretty much every single place in...
Every renter raised their rents by about $50.
Yeah.
So that money went straight to the landowners.
Yeah. And pretty much anyone who was paying any attention was kind of outraged because, like, the entire was to look after students. It does not.
Yeah, we got a housing crisis here.
Yeah.
It's fucky.
Yeah. So, we sit in a position where we have a lot of advantages, but also know that capitalism is stupid and broken, and try and find ways to make it less stupid and broken, but most of them involve coming back to capitalism because capitalism has its way in our souls.
Well, it's basically how our entire society is built off of.
Yeah. It's not a good way for society to be.
No, but they made that decision and they're sticking to it, and the people in power got there by having it be that way, so they're gonna stick to it.
Yep. I could pull out that whole meme I have hiding around somewhere about how terrible it is.
You could. Or you could translate the chat.
The power given to the people always ends with the motives of greed.
More or less, unfortunately.
That is what we have seen every single time.
It happens a lot.
And even when that is supposedly taken out of the equation, like, theoretically it is with democracy, nah. Like, though, that's sad.
Admittedly, our democracy works a little bit better than most, just because it has preferential voting.
Yeah,
instead of
preferential
first past the
voting
post.
and mixed member proportional, and the other bit is we have a really weird social situation, which makes our politicians far less likely to be corrupt. And that is what I'm going to call the backyard barbecue effect, where because New Zealand is so tiny, pretty much any politician could, at a weekend party, be at a backyard barbecue with their opposition. So they're actually motivated and to be kind of nice to each other, because if you talk shit about your opponents, then you go to a party and then they're standing next to you having a beer. There's gonna be some awkward-ass conversation.
And they probably would have just yelled at each other at work.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of do.
They yell at each other at work all the time.
And that's the end of it. Once they've yelled, they've yelled. And that looks like... Nope, that's the same one. So yeah.
They don't quite get into fistfights like some parliaments, Britain.
I was going to say, England is its own special case where they used to be able to carry actual weapons into the parliamentary hall. In fact, I think in some circumstances they still can.
They may technically still be allowed to.
Yep. Geography of you better condition. Yeah, New Zealand has a real advantage in that, but I honestly think
we're away from everyone, we're isolated by water,
and we
have a decent amount of resources, but not so many that people would go in there and try and mess with us.
Yeah. We've got basically no resources that are really worthwhile.
We don't have like a bunch of lithium or oil or anything like that. We have resources that can be used.
Yeah, and even if somebody was going to come in here for food, they wouldn't get more than they would get, say, from taking over
better off taking over Australia or, like, you know, the Ukraine.
Or, well, not Japan. Japan's pretty tiny.
Japan is bad at farming. It's always has been. It's like, one of its big downsides is that it has very little actually good farming land.
But yeah.
They use the shit out of it, though.
Yeah. So what I'd actually, like, if I was in Russia, like, the first thing I would actually do is lock all the current politicians in a small room that they can't leave for a month, and whichever ones survive that then have to regularly socialize with other members of other parties.
Yeah, but if you did that with the current politicians, at least one of them would have you killed.
Yeah? Hey, I'd sacrifice myself so that other countries wouldn't be as shit. I mean, mostly I'm doing it to try and stop America from diving up its own butthole again.
Oh, it's gonna. It's not stopped.
Very difficult. Like, one of our big politicians, he's not in charge, but he likes to think he's got a lot of power. Basically treats poor people like some people would treat toilet paper.
Which one are we talking about?
I'm thinking of Mr. Kingmaker himself, you know.
What, Winnie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, he has like a set voting block that will always keep him in.
Yeah, they're rich little old ladies who are white.
Yeah, they're just little old ladies in his
hometown?
What's the word I'm looking for? No, like we're his constituency. His constituency. So little old ladies in his constituency love him and will never hear a bad word against him. So he's basically in for life. Like he's only going to have one seat in Parliament.
Yeah. Alexia.
A funny example, yeah, there's probably...
Let me look up who that is. Russian opposition leader. He's a lawyer and an anti-corruption activist. Nice.
Well, good for him if he's still alive and unimprisoned, right?
I was actually just currently checking. He was kicked out of office in 2020.
Right.
But apparently is still currently alive, so that's
good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's some damage.
Okay, in March 2022, so this year, he was sentenced to an additional 9 years in prison after being found guilty of embezzlement and contempt.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, I remember. He had like a bunch of trumped up charges on him.
Ah,
We just missed 2 tackles in a row. That's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, the point I was going to make about Winston Peters is that he has never held a retail job in his life, and it shows.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much every rich person.
Yeah.
Every powerful person is,
Yeah. Like, my ultimate goal for every single politician who insists that we stay with capitalism would be, for a year, they are cut off from all their other resources and must live on the minimum wage that they force other people to live on. So they must rent their apartment, buy their food, pay their bills, all with no support from whatever other sources they might normally have.
That'd be very difficult to enforce.
It would. But if I had my way,
See, people are connected.
a requirement to go into Parliament. But until that day, I can just continue screaming at the void.
Agree.
Yeah. Because, like, a lot of my basically compassion for people in that position comes from being in that position myself.
It's less the compassion for me and more just like understanding, like, okay, yeah, this is difficult.
Yeah.
And you're always like on the fucking back foot under shitty conditions.
Yeah.
So
And, up until I was 7, my mom and dad were split up. I lived mostly with my mom, though sometimes with my dad. We lived in at least 4 different houses, one of which had rats that were basically cats. Which scared the hell out of my family when they found me petting them.
yeah, we never had that. Worst we had was the house where Andrew's room did not have a door.
Yeah. I do remember that we broke off or perhaps took off one of the doors in one of those houses when I was like 4,
Yeah.
maybe 3. That was not McKinley Crescent, that was back. Actually, then, if it was back when Mom and Dad were still together, because that was up in Roseney, that actually means I was 2 when they took that door off. So yeah.
But yeah, no, Andrew was talking with someone about like how he realized like only in the last few years how he was kind of hard up as a kid, and he's like, oh yeah, my room didn't have a door. That should have been a giveaway.
Yeah, I will also say, because it will sound weird that I remember that about being 2 years old, I have a weird memory for particular kinds of things. I could mostly draw you a layout of that house. I can draw you the one I had in... Like, I can draw a layout of most of the houses I've lived in, despite now being in my 30s.
Well, you know that my brain's not that good for geography.
But it comes at the detriment of I'm terrible at faces. Like, there was a dude who at one of my supermarket jobs who brought alcohol every week, and I always counted him, as in asked him for ID to prove he was of age to buy alcohol. Every week, never remembered him. I finally started recognizing him by his jersey. So, yeah, that poor dude, he was like in his 30s or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, face blindness. So yeah, like, politics, it shouldn't be inherently corrupting as an establishment, but it kind
totally
of
is.
Yeah.
And always has been.
It is strange that it's kind of inherently corrupting. I suppose it's the power aspect.
Yeah, people have done studies. People who are more powerful and rich see people as less like people.
Yeah.
They have less empathy. It is scientifically proven.
Like, people who see other people as objects are never to be trusted.
Tato is level 14 now.
You little chicory tuber.
He's not going to be that useful against Bugsy, but she is, and rather.
Yeah, that's okay. As I've said before, like, while we try and be worried about people.
Try not to misgender people, or even things.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, a really good example of people being weird about transgenderism, whereas they will get upset if they misgender an animal, like a dog, but then be angry at a person for having a
dogs
different
don't
gender.
really have or understand gender.
Other than fuck or be fucked.
Yeah, that's
And
more of
that
a...
can go in any way.
That's more of a sex thing than a gender thing.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, yeah, that's as far as they deal with it, and it can still go any way they don't care. Like, male dogs will help male dogs, female dogs will help male dogs. It doesn't matter. Whereas if you misgender a person who actually understands the social implications of getting their gender wrong, the people who hate transgender people will be like, well, you should just biologically do it right, shouldn't you? And it's like, well, how about you go fuck yourself? Because that's a biological possibility. And now I'm remembering the John Oliver, Pom Wonderful it.
Sorry, I was just like, oh, gonna level up? No. Both of these guys were right next to leveling up and did not.
Yeah. So, John Oliver, Pom Wonderful moment. John Oliver is an English, now American citizen comedian who loves basically telling America off for being fucktards. So he's got a wonderful, wonderful repertoire of beautiful, beautiful pieces. He also occasionally will be like, hey, other countries exist too. They're also fucked up and hilarious. Oh yeah, he's never John Oliver, perfect. Yeah. One of his super early pieces was him talking smack about a product called Pom Wonderful, which is pomegranate juice. And he was talking shit about how it's like, this has been proven to show bloody bloody blah, makes your brain work better, yada yada. He was like, yeah, all of these claims are basically bullshit.
Absolutely baseless.
Made a joke about using it for an enema, which is shoving it up your butt. And the team at Pom then sent him a letter and a mini fridge full of their juice, sort of basically going, haha, yeah, no, we totally get you. The claims, we are working on them, we're trying to prove them, so don't...
Favourite Edward Snowden.
Oh, poor Edward Snowden. Oh, as in, you don't like him just because you don't like him, or that episode was not your favourite, or because, yeah, he did not come off well at the start of that episode. He did pull it together once he realised what John Oliver was, which is kind of a learning curve everyone has. But yeah, then...
It's like, this weird Muppet is actually a person.
Yep. That's the reaction people have them. But yeah, so anyway, we're sort of saying, haha, it's all very funny, we're trying to research our claims about pomegranate juice.
We're trying to research the claims. We didn't research them then make the claims, that's not how it works.
Yeah,
we're trying to research them now that we've made them.
Yeah. But their comment was, we will take your advice, or like, we will take your comments about a Pom enema on board. So, whatever you would like to do with this fridge full of Pom, we won't judge.
Who's exploiting Russia? I mean, someone's exploiting Russia?
That's kind of impressive. I haven't heard anything about it. Please do tell us more. Because I know that he fled to Russia because
he fled to Russia,
don't have the extradition treaty. With,
so we wouldn't just hand him over to America because obviously you won't.
But also, I can imagine he'd be somebody who would exploit Russia. I mean, he's not...
What's he actually doing?
He's not a great person. He's just kind of a needed person.
Sand attack, that's what we got. Sand attack, mostly useless.
Yep. Especially since all your flying enemies are immune to it.
Not immune to it?
Yeah, because it's ground attack.
Well, that's weird that, like, Ghastly's not immune to supersonic then.
Interesting. Because I know that Let me go and have a look. Because I think there's something about it, supersonic. But...
Blame Russia for leaders' problems. Dead? Okay.
Huh. I did not know that.
No, he did that. All I knew is that he leaked a bunch of government stuff about how they're, like, what actually were they doing that he leaked?
They were surveilling US citizens.
Oh yeah, they were surveilling US citizens.
On US soil.
Which I did not think you would blame Russia for, because, yeah, that's not really an excuse.
Yep. But no, it is... I know that occasionally governments do fuck with other governments, cough cough, the Trump election.
I mean, governments also use other governments as scapegoats.
Yeah.
Again, America and anything to do with shit
China
you've done.
or
Russia. They've often been like, no, we've got to do this or else the Russians will win. They'll destroy your way of life.
Let's not forget how they did that against the Mossad, against ISIS, against Yugoslavia, against... That is not okay when anyone is doing it. I'm just aware of Russia doing it. Sorry, not Russia, of America doing it to other countries way more. Sorry. Putin, English, shithead, Russia, country, not same as leader.
Well, yes, country's not the same as leader.
Yeah.
That is true, and I would have especially been saying that about, 8 years ago or something?
Yeah.
We had a pretty shitty leader before then.
Yeah, our last leader...
He was basically just raiding the country for resources.
Very literally, like,
Well, not literal resources, he was just selling off things so that he could personally profit.
Yep. And
Him and his friends.
yeah, it gets even funnier because in our National Museum, there's a video of him talking about doing the same thing.
He was doing the exact same thing back in the 1980s, when he was just a horrible corporate dickhead and not in politics.
Yep. And then when he was in politics, he did the same on a countrywide scale.
Yeah, he did what he kept doing, what he was always doing, which is just exploiting his position for resources.
Yep. He exploits your like for coin.
Yeah.
But yes, I was glad once we booted him out.
We didn't boot him out, he left. I keep telling you this. He won completely. He got everything he could out of his 2 terms, and then he left voluntarily. Nobody booted him out. Nobody turned on him.
Well,
everyone kept thinking he was a good guy. I don't know how. He does not have charisma, but everyone says he does.
Ugh. Especially when he was like openly caught abusing people and then
literally pulling women's pigtails. Like literally, this is an exaggeration. This isn't a joke. It's something he did, and he basically forced the woman out of work.
Multiple videos of him doing it.
Yeah.
And not just to like adults either, to like little kids.
Oh yeah, also to little kids.
So, you know, just being a complete creep. Yeah.
Philippines?
I've heard the Philippines dude is doing that.
What's happening?
He's basically a Nazi in John Key disguise.
Ah, well, say what you want about John Key, he wasn't a Nazi at least.
Yeah.
So that's much worse.
Yeah. But yeah, lots of that, you know, keep the race pure, etc., etc. Lots of Christianity in there.
If you want to look at an entertaining leader of ours, just look up Muldoon. Called the Snap Election while completely drunk.
Didn't he win it though?
He did not. He lost it. His master plan backfired. Whereas people were interviewing him, they're like, doesn't this not give you much time to run up to the election? And he said, it doesn't give my opponents much time to run up to the either. He said it more drunk than that. I was trying to exaggerate it and I didn't get it enough.
Yeah.
Look up the clip and just like fucking link it in the chat. Muldoon Snap Election interview. Here we go, established in our level 12. We're getting there, folks. Not too much more grinding.
Just turn on the volume, or rather, on my headphones for a sec while I check this is the right one.
It's fine, I don't mind if you have that playing as well on the stream. I'll be fine. I wonder when Slursive is gonna get water gun. I think it's some like actually fairly high level. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I haven't found that.
Oh, you didn't find the right one?
I was looking at the caption below this particular one, and in June 1984, Muldoon
tired and ill.
New Zealand knows who looks drunken. This was not a shock to most people.
He was, to coin the New Zealand phrase, drunk as a skunk.
Sloshed as a sloth.
Sloshed as hell. He was fucking... Oh man. Super fucking drunk. Quite clearly. Oh no, Slursive is being outsped.
He sounds way too sober in that clip.
There is a famous drunken clip.
Yeah, I'm looking for
Did you put the word drunken in the search terms? Maybe that'll help.
Let's add. fun. But
Okay.
maybe my tolerance of
Maybe you built it up too much in your head, but he was clearly drunk when he said it, and it's like, yeah, that was a snap decision, while drunk, to call a snap election, in the hopes that it would give his opponents no time to prepare. It did not work out. Let's see, I think we'll switch to Joey here.
like some 80s clothes and hairstyles.
Oh, yeah. What was 84? Oh, we got more stuff to translate in the chat.
Coming bit. What? There's the translator. In Russia, a drunkard has a different definition than in other countries.
This is true.
I'm honestly kind of curious as to what the definition difference is.
I think he's saying that they get drunk harder, and therefore the line is lowered.
Fair. Yeah, no, in New Zealand, if the official guidelines are speech slurred, balance impaired, let's see, what are the other ones?
I don't know, I've never been drunk.
I'm going off what my requirements for not selling alcohol were.
Right. I never got told that. Wait, no, I never sold alcohol, I only sold cigarettes.
Yeah. But, okay, those are the two ones that I know. There's also, like, smelling of alcohol and stuff, but I don't have a sense of smell, so that one was moot, rather.
Yeah.
Which was really frustrating when somebody apparently totally reeking of alcohol came through my checkout once and got stopped by a coworker because they smelled it.
Tip more English for future? It's okay.
Yeah, like, as you say, I'm perfectly happy to run it through the translator. I just need to know, like, because I was trying to find that clip, I wasn't looking for it.
It's an imperfect system.
Yeah. I think that's the one that Daniel is talking about.
Yeah, it probably is.
I'll put it on loud and...
Yeah, put it on so we can hear it in all its glory.
You can't govern without
Yeah. That,
it's not the numbers in the house or the people in the house, it's the people New Zealand people. If they want me to lead a government, they'll vote accordingly. If they want that other bloke to lead a government, they'll vote for him. That's it.
no, it's not the one. There's the one where it's like, doesn't it give you not much time to
Let me try and
wind up to the
look at that
election?
quote. Muldoon, not much time for the election.
Yeah. It does sound like that was like the same like press conference though, because you could tell at the start he was
Blurring up
English
the,
video. Yeah, we're basically just demonstrating how drunk this guy was when he was saying stuff and announcing elections.
I mean, he was no Winston Churchill.
Yeah, he's no Winston Churchill.
Oh, that's a terrible joke, and I'm absolutely glad somebody made it.
What?
35 years since Muldoon Schnaps, the time
Yeah, the
alcohol.
Schnapps election.
Yeah. I thought it was Schnaps.
Schnapps. That's how you say it.
Let's see if there's a video on this page here.
The date, the 14th of July.
Yeah, I think this is the one, yeah.
Now, so it's being the appropriate date. I don't give it much time.
Yeah.
If I have much time to run up to the election.
The election.
Yeah. He's clearly like delayed thought process and slurred speech.
Yep. Cool. I'm going.
This is basically our like one of our only notable politicians we've ever had.
Yeah.
Have not had a long history.
Well, Helen Clark.
Is she really that notable?
I mean, she's now in the United Nations, so...
Yeah, that's not super notable though.
Kind of. I mean, more notable than some.
Yeah, but...
And it's certainly no Rogernomics, so...
Ugh.
Yeah. So Muldoon is kind of... I'd say he's about a benchmark of New Zealand.
He's the most famous one. I'd say definitely the most famous one, except Jacinda's pretty famous now. But I guess we'll see how long she stays famous for after her term.
Which one was the one who was famous for, like, soapboxes?
For what?
Silk boxes.
Never heard of this.
Really?
Never heard of it.
Maybe it's Jim Bolger.
Jim Bolger, huh?
Yeah.
That's the guy I only know because he was like the first one I remember living through.
Yeah.
When I was old enough to know what a fucking prime minister was, I knew that Jim Bolger was the prime minister, and then he got beaten by Jenny Shipley.
So yeah.
That's an obscure one, although she's the first female prime minister.
Yeah, but nobody counts her as much though. I did dress up as her for Halloween one year though.
Yeah.
Well, she was the scariest thing I could think of.
Wow.
Politician.
But yeah, like that's the thing. It's like, yeah, didn't she end up getting like overthrown by Helen Clark anyway?
I think so.
Yeah.
Let's see. Jenny shit. But yeah, basically in New Zealand you can mock your politicians as much as you would like because they all have at least something that's pretty fucking stupid.
Yeah, we don't take it super seriously.
Bolger resigned as Prime Minister, Shipley elected as his replacement, unopposed, inherited the coalition between...
Oh, did she just like... Did he retire and she got
Yeah, just
his
voted
position? Okay.
Yeah.
She was only voted in by party.
The Multi-Pacific team splintered off from New Zealand first and helped to remain in power. Then 99 election, so she was there for 2 years before being ousted by Labour and Clark.
Okay, so I got my facts a little wrong.
I mean, pretty close. Like, she did take over from Bolger because Bolger...
America free speech. We have a bit more free speech than America, I think.
I don't think this is enshrined in the Constitution.
No, but
yeah, like...
a constitution is not as big a thing as America's is.
Yeah.
But more to the point, you can say shit about powerful people a lot more than, say, probably in like America.
Yeah.
Especially in England. England has terrible libel laws.
Yeah.
And you can talk shit about prime ministers without any worries as long as it's not probably to their face.
Yeah.
like you'd have to start really causing a problem for them to actually bother with getting any like ire.
And the only kind of speech that tends to be regulated is if you're like, hey, go tell those people over there. Then they're like, you know, you're allowed to say that, but we're also allowed to say, fuck you, you're not allowed to speak at any of our venues. So, because we actually had that a couple of years ago with...
I'm sure we did.
Yeah, like some famous
number of
Nazi,
shitheads.
yeah. I think it was shortly after the Christchurch thing, so...
Yeah. The Christchurch thing, not exactly our greatest moment as a country.
No.
Our only mass shooting.
Yeah. Technically, wasn't it our second?
Was it our second?
Because there was the blue, what's it called?
It certainly was our only one that was like a civilian shooting.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure we had one where they like fucked up a bunch of police officers, but...
Oh no, that's not the one I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of the one, I think he was an ex-police officer down south who went off the deep end.
Oh, I don't know.
There's a movie, I think that's called Into the Blue or something. I'll look it up.
Careful about leaning too hard on that desk, by the way. Not be as stable as you think. Alright, Spooky's grown to 14. That's good.
There we go. The Moana Massacre, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Let's see.
Now, we do have to watch that Spooky doesn't overlevel too much, because we are going to be using him in the gym.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Okay.
So...
Let me have a look. The Moana Massacre. Spree shooting is what it's officially labelled as. David Gary killed 13 people, including a police officer. Was going house to house.
House to house?
Yeah. And it was our deadliest mass shooting until the Christchurch.
When did that happen?
It happened in 1990.
1990. That would explain why I don't know about it. It's before my time, really? I'm not gonna explain that shit to a kid.
I think that's why I know about it, because it happened when I was a kid. For reference, again, this is due to my good memory. I was 3 years old when this happened.
Yeah. I was 4 years old. I really would not have known.
And here's the bit that I actually think makes me remember it more, which is after the shooting, sweeping changes were made to New Zealand's firearms legislation in
Oh,
92.
is that why you have to have it?
Yep.
Go on.
Including 10-year photographic licenses and tight restrictions on military-style semi-automatic firearms.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say it's why we have to have them disassembled and in a box.
Yeah.
In a safe. You have to have it locked up in our country if you have a gun. It has to be disassembled, locked up, ammo has to be locked in a different place.
Yeah.
Because our guns are purely for recreational use. They're not for killing people.
And yes, I was too young to know that, but I'm also too young to know a lot of the stuff I know.
Okay, so that would explain why people call it being part of a Zoli town, because the music shifts there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, I also lost my dad at 8 years old, and I have a pretty spot-on memory of how that feels. Even
That's a lot more of a major event in your life.
Yeah. Like, directly impacting me, yes. But yeah, that kind of... I feel like it might have just been on the news in the background, and because I was sitting there and basically TV was raising me, yeah.
Pretty sure I never watched the news when I was that young.
I think it was just put on, and then because I was there and had no agency to change it, I heard it.
Okay. Excuse me.
What's downstairs?
What's downstairs? I've already been there now.
I was meaning, like, is the level higher for better grinding?
Oh, I don't think so.
Have a look at the levels.
Yeah, have a look.
But yes, anytime I say something and I'm like, yeah, I would have been about 3 at this stage. Yes, most of that is actually, like, half of it's later, half of it is actual memory from the time, because my brain is creepy like that. Let's see, so... Basement floor 1. The rotator is up between levels. Actually, it should be about level 6.
Right, so this is level 12. So 1 level to go with everyone, and then we fight some gym trainers.
Yeah, they should be slightly higher level on the
Oh shit, well, I didn't know that.
Sandshrew should be slightly more common. No, about the same common. With 2 levels more.
Oh, let's start fighting down there then.
Yeah, basically 2 levels above what you're currently fighting.
Excitement and male seeds. Is that might have been lost in translation there?
Let me let's see, excitement in male seeds. No, I can't think. I'm not.
Sorry, the translation has broken down, I'm afraid.
So, because I'm thinking, could that be a mistake on the type of male? Could it be like?
Evergrowson.
Oh no.
Go.
I take it then somebody has mailed seeds to you and you will be growing them in your backyard. Nice.
Yeah, it's coming into winter here.
They have some plants that are currently...
Did you end up transplanting that?
No, I haven't transplanted.
You should do
I
that
should
before
do
you
that
leave.
before I leave.
You should do that before you go on vacation.
I have a plant that's gone a bit feral in its pot plant.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm glad to hear that. Let's see, other plants that I know grow pretty well regardless of place. I wouldn't recommend capsicums, they need way warmer temperatures. Potatoes are always good,
Yeah,
but I
they're
imagine
always
you
good.
already know that. I would recommend mint. Let's see. But what other... Because I don't eat a lot... In fact, I can't eat a lot of spices, so a lot of my knowledge of spices is secondhand. That said, I know a lot about the ones that grow a little too well, so because they're usually in the way of things. So mint is incredibly hard to kill. Basil is apparently pretty hard to kill. I believe it's not chicory, it's not cumin, it's celery. Celery is apparently quite good for the seeds for going into things. Let's
Get rid of a growl. We're not going to need that.
celeriac can be very handy. It can also be used both as a bulb and I believe that the outer plants can be used as fennel. Spinach.
Beets, dill, potatoes, carrots, and ginger.
That
sounds like a good crop.
Yeah. And I noticed that I believe everything there, barring dill, is a root. Which, oddly,
Yes.
cold weather, root vegetables, that's good mix. But yeah,
Although we don't know exactly how cold it is. It might be living somewhere relatively temperate.
sure.
We don't actually know what part of Russia you come from, so...
And you've got
There's a
big
lot of
country
it.
there, yeah. It's the same way that even though,
Habanero. Oh,
Evil!
we aren't super into spice. Philip is allergic to it.
Yeah. I have a famous family story about how one of my cousins deliberately tried to poison me with it, and I still won the bet. But no, cool. Habaneros. And that means you must be living somewhere reasonably temperate, because they require quite a, well, not hot to germinate, but they require above average temperatures to come through to full, because they're part of the capsicum family.
Okay.
So they're a summer grower. But no, that's cool. I am glad that you're having fun with crazy things.
Man, we're
I can imagine that you could do something pretty good with dill and the ginger to make a hot sauce. Not that I would enjoy that, as I said, I'm allergic to spice, but, you know, for people who like that. And then my brain was just going, you could add a bit of vodka for an extra, and I'm like, brain, stop bringing alcohol into this.
And we got the hyper thing now. Joey is fully operational.
He's ready to gnaw through everything.
Irkutsk.
Ooh,
Where's that?
I am gonna Google that one. And for relative information, we are based in Wellington, aka the middle of the islands, and
Yeah, the middle of the country, pretty much.
pretty much spot on the middle of the country.
That's why they made it the capital.
Yeah.
Used to be Auckland. Ugh, Auckland.
Yeah, nobody in Wellington likes Auckland.
Nobody anywhere in the country likes Auckland except Auckland.
It's true, okay. So let's see, and overall Russian terms, I'm zooming out, like I've got the mouse on it.
Yeah, so just over Mongolia.
Nice! So that would be...
Pretty far east.
Yeah. Pretty far east, a lot more southern than I was expecting, but nice.
How's things there?
And looks like you've got a good source of natural water as well, which I am also all for.
Yeah, something I guess you can take for granted around here.
Yeah, New Zealand is ridiculously
We have a lot of
lucky
water.
with
It's very damp.
Yeah. Except for some places where they try and keep cows and then keep complaining about how there's no water there.
Farmers complain a lot.
Yeah.
What are you going to say apart from, like, Hawke's Bay and the Desert Road? And it's like, yeah, apart from those places.
Yeah. Well, part of the joy of
You have a desert. A tiny desert.
Yep. Soon summer anger.
Yeah, continental weather.
Yeah.
Can't say I would like it. My brother Andrew lived in Japan. That's not even really continental, and he had difficulty with the heat and the cold. Around here, it's always temperate because we're in the middle of the ocean.
And even then, occasionally the last few summers have just been ridiculous.
Oh, they've been ridiculous by our standards, yes, but that's because of global warming.
Yeah. So
It generally doesn't get much over 30 degrees in the summer, and it generally doesn't get any lower than about, like 7-8 degrees at the daytime in winter.
I mean, 5 degrees and
We don't get snow. We get frost.
that one year that we did.
Oh yeah, it's incredibly rare. We don't get it regularly
Yeah.
in any part of the country other than the mountains.
Yeah. So the year we got it was funny for a lot of reasons, and I'm still sorry
I
you
was
fell.
cracking up that I fell on my ass down the stairs when
I
it
was about to
snowed.
say, I'm still sorry you fell on your ass, but it was still funny.
It was painful.
Yes, it was.
Bruised ass.
We had, I think, 13 stairs down to that flat. They were all covered in chicken wire to promote, like, not slipping over on them, and yeah.
And I still slipped down.
Yeah. It was not fun to see.
Snow was terrible. Do not
Because he
like
was
it.
okay, I am allowed to, well, since he didn't break anything, I laugh about it these days.
Just bruised my butt.
Yeah.
Man, there's a lot of onyx down here.
Yep. I'm sorry. We wouldn't have made it here
We
anyway.
probably would not have made it because this is our second encounter with this guy.
Yeah. not like snow.
Not like snow? Yeah, I don't like snow.
Fair enough. Like, for me, it's got novelty value, but if I had it all the time, I'd probably be pretty...
Been in snow like twice. One time I got horribly ill, the other time I fell down and bruised my ass.
Yeah.
It's not pleasant.
But oh, I've still got that video. Where I have saved the YouTube video. Hold on.
What YouTube video?
Hold on. Cuba. So there...
Oh, when there was snow at Cuba.
yeah. Where's that?
Mocking me with all these onyx.
Of course, of course. So there is a video that, at the time where we got snow a couple of years ago, I'd say a couple of years ago, I think it was a full fucking decade now.
Maybe.
I'm having a look. Yeah, it was, I'm pretty sure that was 2012? No, 2011!
2011, over a decade.
Yep.
Ooh.
But, so the place you were looking at, Central Wellington, it is basically at sea level at that point. You don't get snow there normally because there's so much salt. Oh,
Yeah, it's right near the waterfront.
yeah. But
It's only like about, what, 200, 300 meters from the waterfront?
I'd say, yeah, about that. And so it means that the amount of snow you could get there, yes, I can imagine it is a pain to get rid of once it's come down. But this is, the reactions you're seeing here are from people who've basically never seen snow in their life.
Yeah.
And so they're doing the puppy thing of about it.
Because in this country, again, unless you live in the mountains, you're not going to see snow.
And most people don't live in the mountains.
Most people do not.
Annoying.
I mean, it's already enough problems living in the areas that aren't mountains.
There's the volcanoes, there's the swamps, there's the wetlands,
Oh, I mean, just the areas that we do live are also very, like, up and down and also quite cold, so...
Yep. I mean, in our last place, you could probably have reasonably used the outside as a fridge most of the time.
Not really, that's an exaggeration. I have lived in a place where that was the case, though. In the winter, you could pretty much just not bother putting things in the fridge. Just leave it in the lounge, because it was about the same temperature.
I was thinking outside.
Ah.
Oh, though still very sad. In that place, I did try and grow a small garden of corn. It turns out, when I say our gardeners, most rental properties, the owner will hire somebody to come around and, like, mow the
Maintain
lawn.
them.
Yeah. It is dependent on the property, but it's been the way for most of the places. Turns out the person who was doing it in that place did not know what corn looked like.
And destroyed the corn.
One survived, it never grew again, and the single corn it grew stunted at that level. It was most sad. It was an air-sized ear.
Correct. That was pretty good. Well, we're gonna level up Stabulous here.
But yes, I can totally imagine in a place where you get it regularly that it is a pain in the butt.
Okay, so we just need to level up Slosive and Early. And
I
then
mean,
we
here
will
in
be
Wellington,
done with
the equivalent is our sideways rain, which is...
Oh yeah, that's fun.
It doesn't matter how well protected you think you are from the rain, it will find the direction you did not defend.
You get a lot of wind.
It doesn't matter if that direction was off. What? Come on. Why does that reply button keep hopping it in the way when I try and copy the text? Yes, you do need to take care of crops. I was even contemplating going outside and, like, pointing out that I'd made a crop area. I regret that I didn't. I am sad that I had let my crops get killed because I wasn't smart enough.
Just wander around here. I guess I can.
But that said, I like corn way more than Daniel does. Despite him being a Cornwall. He shames his family.
Underwear rain?
Yeah, pretty much.
What's that mean exactly?
As in it can get in your underwear.
Oh.
Or at least that's how I'm interpreting it. Like, the rain will go in any direction, up included. If it needs to go up to get you wet by rain, it will go up.
Let's try cursing a little bit.
Get your defense and your attack up. But yeah, like, the rain is a malicious being that knows how to make your day awful. And most places, once you get there, like, for example, if you go walk through the rain to get to work, most places have no way of you drying off once you're there. So you just gotta, if you don't make preparations for it, you just gotta sit there in your wet clothes all day. Or stand there in the case of a supermarket. Thankfully, like, or maybe not thankfully, but I always had a plan for it, which was I'd wear, I don't know if the word is the same across the world, lycra, sort of cyclist gear that's really thin and made of synthetic fabrics, basically dries out the moment you look at it. I'd wear that to work, get totally soaked, and then change into dry clothing when I got there.
Good for plants. It's true. It's good for plants. And ducks.
In case that one doesn't translate, standing joke about rain weather being good for ducks.
Ducks love the rain.
Yep. And his dad keeps ducks. It's kind of cute.
They do. They keep crops and they keep ducks. My parents.
It is very proper.
But then again, they live in Hawke's Bay where there's not as much rain.
Yeah.
It's actually fairly dry there. It's a little bit like Aussie. Not as bad, but... Well, I mean, like, you get the yellow grass, you get the long periods without rain. It's just not an insane amount of long periods without rain.
I just find it, like, it's almost as bad as Australia. It's like,
Not really as bad, but it's like Australia.
to me, there is nothing as bad for Australia.
Ducks for food?
More
eggs.
at the moment.
Eggs. Although they do take them out to get slaughtered if there's ones that they don't want. Like, they've gotten rid of a lot of the males, I think, recently. And they will eat some of them, but they'll mostly just sort of hand them out to friends and that.
Trade them for other types of food or other favors.
But they use the duck's eggs. Duck eggs are good, by the way. Especially free-range ones.
Yeah.
They're big, and they're really orange, and they taste really good.
That is one thing I like about New Zealand, is being able to, like, look after the animals to an extent where they do taste better.
Yeah. I mean, my parents live on, like, a stretch of land that's basically like a truck highway.
Yeah.
Like a trucking lane. So they don't have to worry about ordinances stopping them from keeping farm animals.
One of my main things is, come on, brain. Is my parents also keep a food yard. My stepdad grows basically fruits and vegetables. It is one thing he absolutely loves. Go have a look what this translates to. Nutrition, yes.
Yep, they're good.
They're very nutritional.
And also the ducks get a lot of nutrition. My parents will chuck any, like, insects they find in the house. They love cockroaches.
Yep. Now I'm just remembering the ducks versus the chickens.
Oh yeah, the chickens
Did not like the ducks.
They would kill the ducklings until we found out that's what they were doing, and my parents basically got rid of their chickens so the ducklings would survive.
They made the right choice.
Because birds are territorial.
Yep. It's weird, because chickens are one of those ones that you wouldn't think could be a territorial.
Territorial. You clearly have not encountered chickens before in real life. They are.
Yeah, I've always encountered, like, the ones that have been too docile. Yep, bugs are protein.
Bugs protein. Exactly. It's good.
Yeah, we have a particularly famous protein and edible bug in...
Yeah, the hookah grub.
Yep. Tastes like peanut butter.
Apparently. I don't think I've ever tried one.
No, I've never tried one either. And I'm kind of sad, because I think they're also possibly... Are they on the protected list now?
No, I don't think they are. You can look it up, but I don't believe they are.
Kind of curious.
They've always been relatively common because they just eat rotting wood, which is what our country is full of.
It's true. Let's see. Let's go for Wikipedia, because that will have the conservation status if it's on there.
They're like, if you've heard of witchetty grubs from Australia, they're kind of the same.
Yep, and they're not mentioned as being any kind of protected.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's talking talking about like
Termites. No, they're not as bad as termites. They're just grubs. They're just beetles.
yeah. Let me
Yeah, give them a link.
Yeah.
One of those.
And the one that we eat is the larvae.
The
not
larvae.
not the bug.
Yeah, I don't think the beetle would be any good. Beetles tend to be like crunchy and dry,
Yeah.
whereas grubs are squishy and moist.
Apparently, crickets are particularly delicious.
Large. Fairly large, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of large,
Potato!
potato is evolving, becoming less potatoey.
It is now.
It's now a bay leaf.
Yay!
Alright, you're at the level cap. Not that I really mind. I'm not planning to use you in the gym.
Oh man, what was the one we? Oh, that's right, the thingy moth.
Oh yeah, we got some nice moths.
What was?
Are you
that
talking
moth?
about the magpie moth?
Not the magpie moth. The one that we ran into that was like as big as my hand. It was.
Yeah, I know. I can't remember the name though. It's got a Maori name.
Let's see if I can find it.
We got some decent moths in this country.
The Puridi moth.
Pretty, there we go.
Um,
Pretty moth.
yeah. This one is huge. This one is about the size of my hand.
It's a big moth. We
Special
found
agreement,
once.
new Pokemon.
Special agreement, new Pokemon.
Well, we kept a running joke in this part of the world is that they should totally make an Australian Pokemon.
They should. It'd be-
Then everything would be poison and fire, so
It's fine.
maybe some waters at the edge, but yeah, poison and fire types. That's what you get from the Australia world. That said, if they did it properly, which is another reason why we know it's never going to happen.
Yeah, that's true. I guess we could be glad that they're not doing it and, like,
Yeah.
leaves the case open for them maybe starting making better games before
Yeah.
they do that.
Because what I'm thinking is then they would probably use the Aboriginal,
Color poison. No, I don't think those are poisonous. I think they're just camouflaged.
I'm pretty sure. Let me go have a quick,
That said, we did find one the other day that was
yes.
a poisonous caterpillar.
let me go.
We found one just like inching its way along the footpath. I tried to move it onto the grass, but it didn't go.
Go there. It is the magpie.
Yeah, magpie moth. Now, you're smart.
Have an image of the caterpillar. It does not. So, or I will grab that previous one that was the caterpillar.
I knew it was poisonous though. It was orange and spiny.
Surprisingly, based on how like colourful most of our stuff is in New Zealand, not a lot of it's poisonous.
And
well, at least
stuff-
in the animal section.
I was gonna say, New Zealand species tend to be relatively drab,
Yeah. Well,
especially the flowers.
I was thinking the birds mostly.
I mean, the birds are not spectacularly colourful. They all had to evolve in an area where most predators had colour vision.
Yeah. I'm thinking of like the underside of the kaka wings and things like that.
There's a reason it's an underside.
Yeah. But I do love the fucking kaka. They are the most adorable, doofy. Well, they're not doofy. They're certainly not Keteru. Oh god, hold on.
They're cheeky.
Shall I find a picture of the Keteru?
Yeah, sure, why not? Why not? Cultural exchange.
Cultural exchange.
Cultural exchange.
The bird I am about to show you.
It's fat.
It's fat. It shouldn't be able to fly.
It does.
And you can, when you look at it, you are seeing its brain cell in motion in that picture.
They sound like little miniature helicopters taking off right by your head. Oh, right. Look, we just learned glare.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
fucking useful.
With the Keteru, you always know when there's one about of its flame because they are not subtle creatures. They are noisy as heck.
Oh man, these guys
And
have
not
like...
from their call. They just fly really hard. But yeah, their brain, they have no brain. No brain.
No brain, thoughts, head empty.
But yeah.
They famously get drunk off of berries that have fallen on the ground, and that's when people would traditionally catch them.
They'd get drunk, they'd fall out of trees, people would
Stumble
eat them.
around.
Yep. And so now they are extremely endangered because of that. They are fucking delicious, apparently. But there is a provenance in place that the native peoples are allowed to catch them, that they must have a permit for them, and I believe the permits limit them to a certain number. And in addition to that, their feathers are also used for traditional cloaks.
So we can finally start fighting these gym trainers.
Yeah.
They're probably not going to be any big deal.
So the Slowpoke Well is officially in Azalea Town, is it?
Yes.
Damn.
Why's that?
Well, because otherwise you might be able to get an extra Pokemon there.
Oh, that's cool. I count it as its own thing.
Yeah.
I could get a extra one. I'm just looking at Bugsy's. Yeah, so the only real problem is its fucking Poison Sting. Otherwise we could just rage through.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Scyther is like, kinda... I love that he's got
Pretty hardcore.
Oh, yeah.
That said, if we put out Ghastly and just keep putting it to sleep,
Yep.
it won't be able to consistently fuck with us, so that's a good backup.
Yep. We can also glare it into submission.
Alright, we got everybody in the right order, yes. Time for a non-double battle.
I know, you could tell they wanted to do that so hard.
Yeah, they were considering it. Are you challenging the leader? No way. Also, they were going to do apparently wild double battles in Gen 3 as well, but they just kind of ran out of time.
Yeah. I kind of like the way the Horde battles eventuated. Just the Horde battles, SOS can go fuck itself. That's what we repeatedly discuss.
Alright, Hyper Fang, take it down.
But yeah, the Kidadu is head empty, thoughts none.
Yeah.
Only fluff.
Oh no, a Liddyba. Whatever will I do?
Oh, you ate it.
Yeah, it was a Liddyba, but I ate it. Oh, double goodness. You're really strong.
Yeah, like,
Pokemon lost.
most of our birds are way more intelligent than that one, but that one is just hilarious.
Pokemon are cool and tough, I'll prove it to you. Feel like you won.
And yeah, because looking at that, that's fucking iridescent, but I suppose that it iridesces at the same way like most of the plants iridescent.
Plants? I don't know if any of the
Well, as in, like, reflections that we get are mostly colours that you just get reflected off, like, trees and bark and stuff.
Yeah, I think they can, like, move it in specific ways so that they don't have it catch the light. They have to be specifically moving it.
Yeah.
Tui's are super iridescent.
Mm-hmm.
There we go, level 14.
However, which I've just linked, is very intelligent, and I had a bunch of Priamods break into my bag because I put something shiny in there.
They do, they steal your stuff.
They're not as bad as Weckers. Weckers will actively steal your stuff.
Or Kiras that'll vandalize your car.
Yeah, whereas the Kaka is like, oh, cool, I saw something cool, I'm just gonna have a look at it, cool, okay, I'm done with it, here you have it back. Whereas Becca's like, that's a cool thing, that's mine now, and kids are like, ooh, I could take this apart, that'd be fun.
They just take shit apart.
Yeah.
Have you seen the video where someone will just like knock on their car window, roll it down a little, and they'd like bring up the beer bottle and the carpet would like take the lid off?
Yeah, you linked me that one the other day.
Yeah. And he's like, cheers mate.
And you can absolutely tell that Kaka enjoyed itself doing it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They have long beaks.
Yeah. Because they need them to get into certain types of plants that they eat.
They rip off the bark.
That
The
too.
bugs.
And the bugs.
Okay, Bug Catcher Owl. Defeated. You proved how tough you are.
So yeah, if they ever made a New Zealand-based Pokemon game, it would all be flying types.
They're so cool, but most girls don't like bug Pokemon. I don't know why. I mean, a lot of our birds are flightless.
It's true, but supposedly Dodrio is flightless as well, and that's a flying type.
Alright, just like...
Here
Here we go.
Good luck, comrades.
Thank you!
And yeah,
Good luck to you and your endeavors as well.
I assume that based on last time that doesn't mean you're leaving, that you're just enjoying the stream as well.
Bug Pokemon evolve young, so they get stronger much faster.
I'm thinking, oh, the other kind of massive bug we've got in New Zealand is the Weta.
Yeah, Wetta's big things.
They go from they get very, very wild honestly. They can go from, like, tiny little things to, why is this allowed to exist? But they're mostly harmless. I mean, they don't actively try and hurt you. Like, if you piss them off, they will bite. But even then, their bite's pretty harmless. It just hurts because it's, you know, a giant set of mandibles. But yeah, it's kind of entertaining watching people get freaked out about the letter.
Yeah, their name in Maori means God of Ugly Things.
Gets refreshingly to the nub of everything. Let me go find the weirdo. And yes, if you've ever heard of Weirdo Workshop, that is what they're
named after. Oh yeah, this thing only has hardened, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, that's a good picture to demonstrate their size. Is one like sitting on a person's palm eating a carrot.
Yeah. Don't have anyone with any special attacks yet.
This is very specifically the giant one I'm about to link, but also it's really cool. It is an adorable... Like, they're surprisingly adorable for what they are. They're also horrifying. And that one is a lady that's being fed there.
Because of the ovipositors?
Ovipositor. But yeah, most of them are of the small variety, which are about probably a finger length, so...
They're like about that long, yeah.
About a finger length.
The regular ones.
But yeah, the giant one is just most notable because, well, it's giant. And occasionally people would wake up with that crawling on their face, and a hell lot about, like, stories of people freaking out get started.
Oh. Pokemon become stronger if they evolve, really?
No, that sounds like lies.
Saved with the Slowpoke? Phew, you're mighty. My grown-up Pokemon are pretty tough too.
Oh, grown-up Pokemon, huh?
Let me just check out, what's our rivals fucking team gonna be like? It's gonna be 12, 14, 16.
Cool.
So, I'd reckon get everyone up to like about 15, then fight them.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me. Aww. What's his big boy Pokemon's a Paris? That's adorable.
Oh, ain't that cute. But wrong!
Oh, so good, so good. Oh.
Ha! Didn't even hit me.
Yep. Didn't affect you at all. But yeah, as you might tell from the picture of that one eating a carrot, they are pretty human-friendly if given a chance.
Big ones are.
Yeah. Little ones are a bit
Little
more
ones
scary.
are, yeah, more skittish.
For good reason, we can squash them so easy.
I guess I should teach them some venom moves.
Yeah.
Okay. So, that did not get us as much XP as we were going to.
No.
Time to go grind some more.
Yep.
Grind up a little bit.
to grind in the Slowpoke cave.
No, because there's nothing but fucking Zubat there.
The occasional Slowpoke.
Yeah, like Zubat fucking suck for XP.
Yeah.
I started off grinding there, and then I was like, fuck this shit, we're going back to the... We're going back. Now we go back to Union Cave for a little while to finish out the stream. Sorry, we did not end up fighting Bugsy like I thought we were gonna.
No.
I underestimated just how piss poor the fucking levels were gonna be. I thought it was gonna kick in like at about Goldenrod City. And we would have to start grinding, but no, we have to start grinding here. Oh. Fortunately, we can do that to most of the encounters here.
Yep.
And I don't mind if my Bayleaf is
A little
overleveled because I'm not going to be using it in the I'm not going to be using it in the boss fight. So
basically, because it's weak to whatever he throws out. The Sandshrew thinks it's a big Sandshrew.
It is afraid of us.
It is afraid.
It's afraid!
Did you enjoy watching Starship Troopers?
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
I can't believe you've never seen Starship Troopers.
I know. I was far too young when I watched that movie.
That's fine. I watched, like, what's it? Fucking Total Recall when I was a little kid. Yeah.
It's amazing what movies, in hindsight, we got away with watching as kids that we
Really shouldn't have.
I'm still angry at my peer support team, though. For context on that one, peer support is something we did at my college, where basically people who were in their final year of the college would look after newbies.
This is high school, by the way, for Americans. Anyone from America who might be watching.
Yeah. Age range about 13 to 17. And like the final lesson of that's supposed to be like this wonderful like treat for whoever's been a good kid. Most of the kids in our class were not great. They were little shits. But only a couple like I felt should be excluded from the treat because of bad behavior. And like we ended up settling on a movie because that's what the kids voted for. None of my like fellow leaders helped me with that, setting it up, and made fun of me for getting it set up. And then picked the movie American Pie to show to a bunch of raging 13-year-olds. All boys, I will add.
What is it, all boys?
Because that was the year they had so many boys versus girls enter that their choices was either make 2 all-boys classes or have basically 1 or 2 girls per class.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah. No idea why the male population was like so high that year, but regardless, all boys, 13 years old, American Pie. I wanted to stab one of them in the face.
Yeah, well, they were teenagers.
Yep.
Which is to say, terrible.
Yep. Particularly shitty teenagers. Oh, and while the kids were going nuts while watching this, they sat there and laughed at my attempts to stop the kids, like, getting us kicked out of the room that I managed to get for us.
Yeah, well, they were shits.
Yep.
Told you, teenagers.
Yep.
Fucking horrible. I know someone that had a good time in high school, and I have no idea how that happened.
I know him too. He's a weird guy.
Yeah. Rage.
Rage against the Zubat machine.
Supersonic.
Sound effect is really good for it.
So I should, like, fuck that up. We're gonna use clear a lot more than defense curl. Okay, so let's...
Then your second slot or your first, the third slot?
Third slot. I generally do them in order of damage.
Yeah.
But if not that, then I'll be like, well, how likely am I to just use this at all?
Yeah, for me, third slot is, like, least used, because, top one, most used, because it's the first one you are on when you go to click on anything. Then one button press up is 1 up, 1 down, and so that's my second and third.
Okay.
And then one that takes 2 button presses to get to. Third one.
But the aesthetics.
I know, I'm weird. That's why I specifically explained why my pattern works for me. Because the buttons have you... I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know where that came from. And cool, I noticed that glitch is happening on the visuals here as well.
What glitch?
Occasionally when enemies come up, their like picture pops up in front of the text window down at the bottom right.
Yeah.
And yeah, it happens on stream, it's not just your computer. I mean, it could just be your computer.
Yeah, like, my computer is what's is telling the stream what to do.
Mm-hmm. But I'm also thinking of that joke from Yahtzee. It's like, I was playing this game with a whole ASCII punk aesthetic. And it was like 3 hours in before I realized that the audio stutters and visual glitch weren't supposed to be a part of that aesthetic, just because my computer was running it so badly.
That is funny.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty hilarious.
Oh god, that's like hardly any XP. Oh well. We're in it for a little bit of a long haul. Admittedly, we're going to be finishing in like 2 minutes, but...
Yep.
It's okay, we'll try again next week.
Yep. Sorry, the yawns have me.
Oh well, we'll be done soon. Also, this Sand Shrew is going to be a lot better XP than the Zubat was.
Yep. Another one that from the mystery dungeons gives really terrible experience and is also like way more annoying to beat than it should be. Shedinja. It gets 6 hit points.
Yeah.
Yep. And unless you do a super effective move, you only do 1 damage.
People who make these side games just make baffling ass fucking decisions.
I know!
It's like, why would you change that?
It
like,
also
you have it like right there.
It's got leech life.
Yeah.
And it can, because it's ghost type, it can sit in walls where you can't hit it.
So it's like, yeah, like you make these baffling ass decisions where it's like, I think the Tailo should be really tanky. Why did you make that decision? I don't know, I just felt that I did.
And then how much experience do you get for defeating this incredibly tough Pokemon?
I don't know, nothing.
Yeah, 2 experience.
And it's like, why did you make that decision? Was there any rationale behind it, or did you just change it for the sake of changing it?
Yeah.
What about this little bird made you think that's gonna be tanky? I don't get it.
I kind of want to look and see what Taylor's stat range looks like.
Jesus, the Sandshrews are nothing but Stonewall us with Defense Girl.
Yep.
We're gonna run out of rages soon. Oh well, that'll be future me's problem. Because we are officially over the time.
Okay.
It's overtime. That means end of stream. Thanks for joining us, folks.
We are
We'll be
leaving
back.
a little early this week.
Yeah, we have to end a little early. Which I would be apologizing for. Anyone was watching right now. But yeah, no, we'll see you guys later. We'll be trying to beat Bugsy again next week. Next week for sure, folks.